This is Ada Cougar Football, presented by the Chickasaw Nation. Brought to you in part by Ada Nissan, Classic Cake, Carter County Dodge and Hyundai, CTS, Fenton Ford, First United Bank, Great Plains Kubota, Hilltop Dodge, Landrum ENT, Laser Zone, Simmons Bank, State Farm Agent Don Carpenter, T&W Tire, Vision Bank, and Wild Rose Place. Now, let's go live to the action with the voice of Ada Cougar Football, Kenny Morrison.
Well, a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ada Cougar Football. The 112th season of Cougar Football is on the air. I'm Kenny Morrison alongside Trey Kinley, Mason Lee on the camera from Paul Laird Field, Durant, Oklahoma. The Ada Cougars embark on another season of football, Trey Kinley, opening on week 0 this year here in Durant against the Lions. The Cougars coming off a 7-4 campaign that saw them get into the playoffs a year ago, losing to eventual state champion Wagner. Durant coming off a 2-8 season a year ago, representing Class 5A.
Yeah, looking forward to a great season, Kenny. Best to my knowledge, this is the earliest Ada Cougar game ever. And I found 5 that were on August 31st. This is obviously before August 31st. So.
This is 25th day of August. We open up here on a night where it's still north of 100 degrees. Tell you what, bear with us. The heat does affect the equipment. We're trying to do everything we can to get you a clear picture tonight. We've got multiple sets of equipment, so you may have to bear with us a little bit. We're streaming at K80aradio.net, also on the radio and Cool 99.3.
I will say this, Kenny, if the broadcast drops, give us a few minutes and we'll have it back up. It'll be a new video, but that will be what you need to do if that happens.
I had a chance for the first time this year to sit down with third-year head coach Brad Osteen Thursday morning. Coach's Corner is coming up next right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome to Coach's Corner, another edition of Coach's Corner in a brand new season. I'm Kenny Morrison alongside head coach Brad Osteen. Coach, a pleasure. Welcome to the season.
Thank you. We're excited, so glad to be here.
Another one is here early this year. The Cougars playing week 0. I can't remember in recent history or in the history where Ada's played a week 0 game.
Well, I don't know. It was us as coaches got together and it was like, let's try to schedule week 0 so we can have that third week off. If we're getting kids banged up through these first 3, then you got a week off and get healthy for districts. So that's kind of the reasoning behind that.
It's going to be a hot one tonight. Mother Nature bringing the heat here to the area this last week. Coach Osteen in his 3rd year as the head coach of the Cougars. Cougars coming off a 7-4 campaign that saw them vault into the playoffs against the eventual state champion Wagner Bulldogs in the first round a year ago. Coach, we're going to talk about this Cougar team as we head into this season. It's a season with high expectations. A season that saw the Cougars take a step forward last year. I want to talk about the off season before we even get into the X's and O's of the Durant Lions tonight here from Paul Laird Stadium, because you talked about it when you came aboard. Mm-hmm. And then I was at a banquet this year that you were at. I had a privilege to be part of the fundraising banquet. Dan Cody, of course, there. The strength helped with strength and conditioning. But Teddy Lehman came in and spoke, made 4 points. His very first one. If you want to win, it happens in the off season. It happens in strength and conditioning.
100%.
Parlay off that and talk about the improvement in where this club has came in the off season.
Well, it never stops for us. We encourage our kids to go play other sports, and we believe staying competitive is good for kids, and it helps us in all of our sports. So, but the strength conditioning part of it is first of all, it protects you from injuries and all those type of things, which is vital. But it helps your performance. And then one thing that Teddy really kind of led into is suffering together as a team, and going through and talking about being physically tough and mentally tough. That's the off season, and so if it's not there, it's not there, and so when we got here, our strength level was not very good. Our toughness level was not very good, and we've made big strides this year. But that's not a process that happens in 6 months. It's a process that happens over a course of several years. And I think our kids had a really good off season. We've got, I think, 14 or 15 kids squatting over 400 pounds now. I don't know how many, a lot of guys that fire clean over 225. And then just to see our track program, that was very few kids in when we got here, to go from a regional runner-up to a regional champion the year before to state runner-up this past year, with a lot of young guys on that. And so that's just our off-season football, and seeing those guys compete. And I mean, it's just our young guys being on that mile relay. If you're not a fan of the mile relay, that's a tough race, and to watch those young guys go compete and suffer through that, and then win and have the success that we had with that track team, is led into our off-season program for the summer, into our summer program. So just really, really proud of the hard work from our coaches, hard work from the kids, and our parent commitment, because it takes a commitment from the parents to make sure their tails are here so we can coach them. If they're not here, we can't make them better.
Yeah. Coach Brad Osteen, third-year head coach of the Ada Cougars, taking on the Durant Lions. Week 0 season opener, Paul Laird Stadium tonight. Temperature hovering at the 100 mark around kickoff, so hydration is going to be a big key to tonight's game as well. Coach, as you enter this game, coming off the season a year ago, kind of an interesting dynamic. You've got bigger and stronger and more experience than you've been in your 3 years here on the offensive line. Most of your yardage, rushing and receiving, out the door, gone. Yeah. Would it be fair to say that even though that has happened, maybe at some positions, even in the skill spot, let's talk about the line and the skill spots here, but maybe even a little deeper, though, as you come back?
Well, our young kids, we had a lot of kids that played backup roles and played, last year in some roles offensively, skill-wise. But we've had those 3 or 4 kids that did a fantastic job in our skill-wise offensively for us, and those guys graduating, and a lot of that production has graduated. But this next guy up mentality, and then the grade below those guys that were there even adds the depth. We've got several sophomores that are going to be able to step in and play some of those backup roles or rotational roles, because we rotate a lot of kids. Really, really excited about them. It's just they're unproven, until they prove themselves on Friday night. You can be a great practice player, and you can have all the numbers or running a fast 40 and all that type of stuff, and then the lights come on and you're deer in the headlights. It's not you got to rise to the occasion and elevate your game. So that's the thing that's really unproven offensively. And that's really in all of our skill guys. We got Xander Ryan back at tailback, which he didn't play a whole lot of snaps last year because of injury. But most of our skill guys weren't a starter. Brock had come in and started a couple of games because CJ was hurt, and did a really good job. So the skill position is what we got to prove up front. We graduated Caden Balthrop, which did a great job for us up front at center. But those other 4 guys are back. So as a unit, feel like we should be a lot stronger up front, and that's the old saying is you can't run a dollar back through a dime hole. And so you got to be able to block people up front. So anyway, really excited about that.
Coach Brad Osteen talking about the Ada Cougar offense. Brock Boyles, the starting quarterback. I believe it was Brock that, my memory serves me right, first touchdown pass of his career against the Durant Lions when he came in when CJ went down, and when the game was in the balance, when Durant was making a run, and Brock, as a freshman, stepped up and made some big second half throws in that game.
Big time. So that experience really helped him and kind of build confidence and just that game night experience for him. So we're excited about it.
Coach, the defense slowly became the strength as the season went on and got better than better. Maybe had your most complete game against Broken Bow late in the year last year, and you got multiple returners, including your 2 middle backers. Talk about the strides the defense have taken and the expectations on that side of the football.
Well, like I said, we've got 8 or 9 of those guys back. With the 2 inside linebackers, George Maddox and Fisher Moore, being kind of the cowbells of the defense. Those guys are doing a great job of leading those guys. But just to see the development, our defensive line, the first year was not very good. And then last year, I thought our defensive line made big strides because that's part of our job, because I coach the D-line, is keep the linebackers clean so they can scrape and go make plays. So those guys have gotten a ton better, strength level, speed-wise, and things like that. But just as an overall group, we can run, we're physical, we play fundamental football, and I think our back end is going to be solid. Deontay Lindsay was our best corner at the end of the year last year, and he's back as a junior, and then we've got Kay Stafford that's played a lot of games at corner, and then you got Colton Carlock at the free safety spot, and he brings back. He's really a 3-year starter junior because he started as a freshman. So then you got Chase Bailey and several guys that rotate in at that other safety spot that we bring back a lot of experience.
As a Cougar defense, it was opportunistic as well. 20 takeaways a season ago that resulted in a short field for the offense on multiple occasions. All right, Coach, it's game time. Durant Lions, 63-15-2 all time. The Cougars have dominated this series, but it's a Durant team that last year loved to run the football, threw it 55 times all year. They've made some adjustments to their personnel this year. Of course, got the big guy, the Oregon commit, Xavier Sims, clogging the middle defense and tight end on offense. Talk about the challenges you face against this Durant team this year.
Well, the biggest challenge is going to be, us to handling what they do, and they've changed their philosophy defensively. They've changed their philosophy offensively. Defensively, maybe not as much, but offensively, they were a flex bone. You're defending the option and those type things. So we've got to control the line of scrimmage, defensively and offensively. Got to control the line of scrimmage because they bring a lot of stunts. And then offensively, we've got to take care of the football. We've got to make good decisions with the football. We cannot turn the ball over. And then defensively, control the line of scrimmage and create turnovers, and don't give up any big plays. Make them earn everything they get.
And one final thought, just in comparison, Coach, talking to the Durant folks, gun wing T, I think is kind of what they call. How similar is that to what the Cougars are trying to do?
We run a lot of similar stuff, a lot of similar sets and everything. We're a little bit more multiple than what they are right now. We didn't show it in the scrimmage, so we're trying to keep it vanilla. But it's very similar to a lot of things we're doing, and so we've been preparing for a while for it.
Yeah, I bet you're ready. All right, it's got to be exciting around campus.
Yeah, we're excited. We're the heat is a factor, and that's one thing that we don't. With the other H word, we don't talk about around the field house. I don't want to hear an excuse. It's it's warm outside, but let's go to work. And our kids have handled it really well. But just got to. We started hydrating a long time ago, and we've hydrated them all week. So I think the kids are excited. They're ready to go.
The 111th season of Ada Cougar football is moments away. This has been the Coach's Corner, a third-year head coach Brad Osteen. I'm Kenny Morrison, all season long, streaming live at KADARadio.net, home and away. Keep us tuned in. This is Cougar football. Stay with us. More pregames next, right here at KADARadio.net.
I pray. Amen.
Welcome back to Paul Laird Field in Durant. Kenny Morrison alongside Trey Kinley as the Cougars get set to open the 2023 season, the 112th edition of Cougar football. First time they've opened with the Durant Lions. 81st all-time meeting. Cougars have dominated the series, 63-15-2 all-time against the Durant Lions, including 42-16-8 a year ago. Cougars' lead was trimmed to 5, 21-16 at one point, scored the next 21, and rolled to a win. Trey Kinley, to bring you in, the Cougars come into this season, looking to build on what was a good finish a year ago into the playoffs. Defensively, and we talked to Coach Osteen back about that in the Coach's Corner. Let's start on that side of the football. 9 returners that started at some point, and that is the strength of the Cougar team on paper coming in.
Yeah, everybody back except for Andrew and KK, really. But newcomer Brendan Riddle will start in KK's position, and then back there where Andrew is, you're going to have J.D. Dugan tonight, barring a late scratch with a shoulder injury. If he doesn't go, it'll be Chase Bailey, I believe, behind J.D. So defense is back. You got Eminem in the middle. Couldn't ask for two other middle linebackers you'd like to have.
Yeah.
So, and they're going to lead the defense both physically and mentally.
4 of the 5 starters on the offensive side of the football on the line have returned with experience, with muscle and weight gain, and a great offseason that will kind of anchor the offense that has multiple skill players, but youthful back there as they try to find their ground as Ada Cougars.
I do want to mention this before we go on. We did lose Wyatt Kilgore, too, moved away. Big contributor last year and a starter lost. But, yeah, the offensive line, they're bigger. They're stronger. Caden Balthrop is the one loss there. Big loss. He was the leader. But everybody had a lot of experience last year, and even looking into next year, 5 of the 5 will be back.
Yeah, big. The Cougars try to start out correct this year with a win over the Durant Lions. We'll take a final pregame break, come back on the other side, have your coin toss, and get ready to kick it off. Cougar Football 2023 style, presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
No, it's still.
Welcome back to Paul Laird Field. Kenny Morrison, Trey Kinley, the coin toss down below. The captains for the Ada Cougars, seniors Fisher Marr and George Maddox, Case Stafford and Xander Rhines. It looks like the Ada Cougars may have won the toss. They have deferred. Durant will, so Ada will kick. Durant will receive from the south, going from south to north. The Durant captains tonight, Braylon Lyday, Tucker Dry, and Jalen Saxon, their quarterback, the captains for the Durant Lions. So Ada won the toss. They will defer. They will kick going from north to south here from Paul Laird Field to open tonight's game in the 2023 season.
Still hot, Kenny.
Yeah, let's go ahead and make a comment about the equipment, if you would. Then I'll give you the starting lineups.
It's freezing up on our side. Can't tell on your end. If it continues doing this, I'm going to swap out video equipment. I think I can do it without the production dropping. If it does, just refresh your browser and it will be back up. If video goes away completely, we will probably just do audio until we have a graceful spot to do that. Maybe at a quarter or something like that. So that's kind of where we're at.
The officials for tonight's game: Chad Wilkerson, Clifton Miller, Mike Granger, Todd Smith, and Brian Walker. As the Durant Lions and the Ada Cougars taking the field, there come the Cougars for the first time in their, good-looking white uniforms. The maroon numerals and lettering on the far side. As we get set for action here, Cougars again will kick off going from north to south. And the Cougars be on defense first, and they will line up like this in their vaunted 3-4 defense. The axe or the left end will be junior Will Johnson. At the nose will be junior J.B. Coyle. And the cat, the right defensive end, will be Cord Coffey. The inside linebackers, the M&M brothers, seniors, George Maddox and
Fisher Marr.
And Fisher Marr. George is the Mike, Fisher the Will. The jackbacker is Brennan Riddle. The star is Xander Rhines. The defensive backfield, the corners, Deontay Lindsay really had a solid season a year ago. On the left side, Kamari Richardson, sophomore. On the right side, Colton Carlock, a junior free safety, and J.D. Dugan, a junior strong safety, the Cougars. But they will rotate several through as well, Trey Kinley. They've got a little more depth. And
both are all 4 secondary positions. They're pretty good two deep. You got J.D. and Carlock starting, but then you've got Will Bailey and not Will Bailey, Will's little brother, Chase Bailey, and LaKeven Richardson back there. On the corners, you got Deontay and Case or Kamari, and then you got a newcomer, Colin Christian, moved in from Bing in the spring, played some really good corner, wearing number 14. Actually, he looks like he may be one of the gunners here on the kickoff.
Game time temperature, 104 degrees. 103 now officially. Winds
in the shade.
East-southeast at 4 miles per hour. Cougars put it on the tee. Caden Mitchell will place it on the right hash 40-yard line, kicking from north to south. Deep men for the Durant Lions will be Braylon Lyday, one of the captains, and also Ryder Jones, a junior. Lyday, a senior. Again, a Durant team that has some experience back from a season ago. They're starting quarterback. They got an Oregon commit we'll talk about that plugs up a pretty good defensive player. And here we go. The 2023 Cougar season presented by the Chickasaw Nation is underway from Durant. Mitchell, the high, deep kick, fair caught, 23-yard line. Got it up in the air, and Caden Mims, senior, went up, called for the fair catch, and Durant will set up shop for their first possession. Going to officially mark the ball between the 22 and 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Lions.
That's something that Meathead, Caden Mitchell, got really good at last year, that high pooch kick. Not really returnable, and basically it's the same as a touchback. I mean, if you can land it at the 22, 23-yard line or, induce a fair catch there.
Durant's gone away from the flex bone, which they've ran the last 3 years, kind of a gun wing tee. They send 2 receivers to the left. Got right beside Jalen Saxon, a single running back. Strong side to the right side. They run a handoff, and there's going nowhere. Brennan Riddle going to eat up the first play of the year. Cole Robbins tried to get to the edge, and the Cougars stuffed it in a hurry, Trey, in the backfield.
Welcome to high school football, Brennan Riddle.
All the way back at the 17-yard line, a 6-yard setback on 1st down. I mean, there was 3 or 4 Cougars, Trey, in the backfield.
Yeah, this is definitely the strength of this Ada team, especially early on in the year. I'm not saying the offense is not going to be good, but this defense is going to give them a chance to ease into the game plan.
Durant averages 245.5 across the front line. Tucker Dry, senior, leads the way at the left tackle. Shotgun formation. Saxon, play action, 3-step drop. Fires down the seam. Ball's going to be caught. Oh, the Cougars had great position. J.D. Dugan was in pretty good shape, but a nice catch. He high-pointed it. Caden Mims at the 41 for a 1st down, 24 yards.
Who was it that caught that?
Number 30, Caden Mims.
That's something that Durant is not going to do a lot, but if they can do it effectively, it will help keep the Ada Cougars from blitzing a whole lot.
It wasn't bad coverage. He just kind of went up like a forward blocking out when he got to and went high pointed and kept Dugan on his back. 1st and 10, the initial 1st down for Durant. 41-yard line, left hash mark. Day Sims,
Oregon
tight
commit.
end. Oregon commit. Yep, go to the right. We got movement along the front. The center is Carson Olivan, 6'1", 281 senior. And we got a false start against Durant. Going to move him back 5. Moves him back to the 36-yard line. We make it 1st and 15 for the Lions at their own 36. You mentioned Sims came over to Durant last year. He goes 6'4", 287. One of the top recruits in the state of Oklahoma.
Played predominantly defense against us last year, but can play the tight end position. Notice their splits, Kenny. They're almost foot to foot, not much gap in the middle.
Robbins in motion, gets a quick pass from Saxon, got some space. 43, 44-yard line. J.D. Dugan got him around the ankles. They simply emptied the backfield with Dugan, or with Robbins going in motion. He caught the quick pass and got in space to the 45. He got 9.
That was a big-time tackle there by J.D. because if he doesn't make it, we're off to the races.
They need to reach the 8-49, so the ball's at the 45. 2nd down and 6 for the Durant Lions. So interesting, a team that did not throw it well at all last year at all. In fact, you look at their last year's stats, they threw for just over 400 yards, about 55 per game. Have already thrown, made 2 pretty nice plays in the pass game with Jalen Saxon, their senior quarterback. And we got to
start again.
Movement. And I think the center for Durant
got JB
pointing to the 8. They get JB that time.
I assume he called offsides.
He was pointing at the Cougars, and
JB's good for a few of those. But you take it with his speed off the ball, he's going to cause some problems. But every once in a while, he's going to go a little bit early.
Moves the ball up to the 50-yard line to a 1st and 15. So the Cougars have got Durant behind the chains on 1st down on both 1st downs here in the 1st quarter, but they've got out of it. It's now a 2nd and 1. The ball resting at the midfield stripe, right hash mark. Moving from south to north. They come up quickly and formation and try to just a bunch set, going to direct snap. And I think they moved too quick.
No early call here on this one.
Mason Bacue, 6'1", 210 junior, was going to get it, and we got a penalty against Durant, gives the Cougars the 5 back.
Gives me a chance to update the stats here.
3 penalties already on this drive. 2 false starts and an offsides. 2 against Durant, 1 against the Cougars. Cougar defense a season ago gave up 16.2 points a game. 143 yards a game on the ground. 77.9 passing, only 221 total. Twin receivers come to the near side. Deontay Lindsay has man coverage on Mims. Saxon takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. A little bit of room, but the Cougars quickly close it down.
George Maddox and Xander Rhines.
Good to see Xander back and healthy after a tough year last year. Braylon Lyday got the carry from the 45 up to the 49-yard line. He got 4. Big third down.
I thought that was number 20. I can't see.
2. Cougars were good defensively on third down a year ago. They take the back the direct snap, runs off tackle, and is going to get the surge. The Cougars got him, but he just got the surge, Trey Kinley.
Yep.
Will Johnson gets up off the bottom. It's a first down. They got him down to the 48-yard line. Only needed to get to the 49 in Cougar territory. So for the first time in Ada territory, the second Durant first down on this opening drive. A Durant team that went 2-8 a season ago, primarily a running football team out of the flex bone. Going to pass it a little more, it looks like, this year, but they would love still to pound you. They got 4 receivers, 2 left, 2 right, a single running back, setback. Man in motion is Saxon, the quarterback, who is split to the right that time, comes to the edge and gets all the way down to the Cougar 40, 39-yard line on the near side before he chased out of bounds. Deontay Lindsay came over here. You'll see the Cougars do some of this offensively as well, Trey. They bring in a second quarterback and send their starting quarterback out in the pattern and comes on a jet sweep, and that time at 9 for Saxon, who is a good runner. So the 8-39, it'll be 2nd and 1. Cougar football on Cool 99.3 and streaming at K88radio.net. 8:08 to play in the opening quarter. Scoreless from Durant. First possession, Cougar defense. Karan Richardson's in at the near side, at the outside linebacker position. Hugs the line of scrimmage like a 4th defensive lineman. They throw a slant pass. It's caught and dropped. A good hit. Who made the hit out there?
J.D. Dugan.
Dugan separated against Saxon, who went out to play receiver. They brought in their backup quarterback, and he good pass, but J.D. Dugan, as he was time, dislodged the receiver of the football, 3rd and 1.
Yeah, good job there by J.D.
Who threw that football? Get the backup quarterback.
The quarterback.
We'll get him. Number 12. We'll get it in a minute. 3rd down and 1.
Direct snap to 45.
Back you. That's what they did a moment ago, and he goes over the right side for a first down at the Cougar 36. The drive will continue. So a conversion on 3rd down. We've had, again, 3 penalties on the drive, 8 plays, 3 first downs, 103-degree game temperature down below. Cougars trying to put up a stand defensively. Chase Bailey in the game at a safety position. You got Stafford at the left corner, Lindsay on the right side, Martin Maddox in the middle, Karan Richardson, Xander Rhines, the outside backers. Again, Karan hugging the line of scrimmage. Sophomore, and we got Cougars jump, but I think Durant jumped first.
Yep.
Grant Bull, 6'2", 227, right tackle. Looks like he took off a bit early. Going to cost the Lions 5. They'll push the ball back to the 41.
Yeah, Cord moved, but he kind of moved to his left down the line, and the Durant player went backwards. So we'll take it.
You've heard me mention the name Karan Richardson, sophomore linebacker. We'll also see Karan at a running back position. He's one of the 3 or 4 running backs the Cougars will probably use tonight. Trips to the right, single set to the left.
Dawson Matthews and Deuce in it.
Back sprinting right, throws one, and a great play by Bailey.
No, that's Case Stafford.
Case jumped that pass over there, did a great job, and almost intercepted it, Trey.
Yeah, great job by Case getting in front of the receiver and knocking it down. Tried to make the catch, didn't make it, but still, now this is where you want Durant. I mean, obviously they've thrown the ball a little bit, but 2nd and long. I expect them to run it here, try to get a little bit of it back. They're not contrary to what they have done in the beginning of this game, they're not a big passing team.
2nd down, 41-yard line. Cole Robbins is the quarterback. No, now it's Saxon back at quarterback. Robbins right to his right, and we got head coach Todd Vargas a timeout. Trey, let's keep it right here in our first break. Cougar football presented by the Chickasaw Nation. Update you on some name changes. If you're just tuning into Cougar football for the first time, the Cougar coaching staff. Hadn't mentioned them yet this year.
You just want me to do this off the top of my head, don't you?
I got them right here if you don't.
No, you got Coach Barnes, new coach. Coach Hollenbeck is a new coach. Coach Stafford. And then you still got Coach Boyles here, Coach McCurley, Coach Shamley, and, of course, Coach Osteen at the top. Did get a text. We'll give a shout-out to Coach Caldwell. We're listening in tonight. Coaching over at Allen now. They're I assume, not playing week 0. Miss Coach Caldwell. And Jagger. Another loss from the O-line last year.
Yes, absolutely. Great folks. Miss you guys. Thanks for listening to Cougar football tonight, guys. 7:05 to play opening quarter. This drive started at the Durant 23 on the opening kickoff. Cougars won the toss, deferred. Durant received, moving from south to north. They've driven from their own 23 to the Cougar 41, so 36 total yards on the drive. There's been 4 penalties, 3 false starts on Durant, and offsides against the Cougars. So it's been a 9-play drive.
Not really that surprising first game of the year. I mean, both these teams probably had a scrimmage or 2, but first time under the lights.
Dawson Matthews is in at the right defensive end position, and
Deuce over there on the left.
That's Isaiah
Hayden.
Saxon in the gun. Robbins beside him. Power side to the right side. Twin receivers that way. They come with a reverse, and they had a tripped up in the backfield.
Turf monster.
Yep. Cougars had turned it back inside. Good job by Riddle getting out, setting the edge.
I'm going to say what happened there is that guy saw Fisher Marr coming at him. He decided to go down. So Fisher gets credit for a TFL there.
2-yard loss back to the 43-yard line. So now the Cougars got them behind the chains where they want them. 3rd down and 17. Got to make a play here. When you got somebody 3rd and 17 opening drive of the season, Cougar defense digs in. Will Johnson back in on the right side after a play off. You've got Robbins, I believe, at quarterback now. He takes the snap, looks down the seam. Intercepted! Cougars get the pick. It's Kamari inside the 30, and he comes back to the 31, and the Cougars have the first turnover of the season. Had 20 takeaways a season ago, but Kamari Richardson, the interception at around the 28, he got it over to the 31.
And that's not, like I said, Durant's bread and butter, and it showed there. That was really good coverage by Kamari, but there was 4 Ada Cougars there to pick that one off.
So Ada will take over, will set their offense for you at their own 31-yard line, their first possession of the season. The sophomore quarterback is Brock Boyles. The senior running back is Rhines beside him. Shotgun, quick pitch, Xander trying to get his speed to the edge, hemmed in, nowhere to go, and he got a face mask. I think we got a face mask.
Oh, really?
At the 25. I think they got Xander's face mask, and I'll let you watch that as I set the offensive line. You got Dawson Matthews, Isaiah Hayden, Makir Sanusi, Kel Fuller, and across the front for the Cougars.
Where'd they tackle him on, about the 25?
About the 25, and I thought I saw his head turn around down there. Fisher Morrow will be in there a lot at a sniffer back.
Yeah, and they called Fish for the hold and a face mask. They're going to offset, so you're going to replay the down.
Replay the down. There you go. So you got Fisher Marr. LaKeven Richardson's a wide receiver, along with Deontay Lindsay. You'll see Cord Coffey in a lot at the tight end position, a little more of a power set in this gun tee.
Both
offense.
These offenses, are running
pretty similar.
The gun tee. I believe we will throw a little bit more out of it, but we'll see.
Case Stafford in the game, him and Richardson. LaKeven comes to the near side of the right side. Coffey sets up tight end left. Behind him at the sniffer back, Marr. Boyles hands it to Xander, left side, trying to burst through the hole.
Lost it.
And they ripped the ball loose. They say he was down, though.
Ooh, that was a bad call. We'll take it.
Day Sims ended up with the football, but they say he was down. Now they're going to talk about it.
Don't matter. They've already blown it dead.
At the 33-yard line, as they reached in, ripping the ball out of the hands of Xander Rhines. He got 2 yards, and let's see if they overturn this.
I don't know how. I mean, I'm not saying they can't, but they blew it dead, so where is he down? Is it just down right there? it was definitely, to me, a clear, I hate to call it a fumble. It was a strip. The ball never came loose.
6 minutes to play in the first quarter as they settle things out there. The Durant defense, ex-Davian or Day Sims, 6'4", 287, Division I commit to Oregon, the left defensive end. Got Clay Couch and Tucker Dry, the 3 men along the floor. They're going to give Durant the football.
Yep, that's the right call.
The Cougars turned it over. Cougars were plus 10 in turnovers last year. Who got the football?
I think it was Day.
Yeah, I think that's right. So 88 recovers. So Durant takes over now at the 33-yard line. So the Ada defense going to be asked.
Actually got a little bit of fortunate there, Kenny, because he would have scored. Yeah, he was in the clear. Nobody from Ada knew he had the ball, and they blew it dead. So unfortunate, yet fortunate.
And that's something teams practice all the time, Trey, is the strip. Your son in the booth with us running the again, we got a lot of flickering going on again on our video, and we apologize. It's getting a little bit on our end, looks like a little rough. We'll try to make adjustments as we can. Bear with us. The heat affects equipment. We're doing all that we can. Man in motion. Saxon fakes left, throws downfield, and it's tipped and almost caught.
I believe you're going to get a hold here.
J.D. Dugan knocked it away from Caden Mims about the 10-yard line.
I think you're probably going to get a hold on one of the defensive backs. It was a double move. The out on the up.
They faked the out pattern and then
could be wrong.
The ball right now resting at the 33. Durant after recovering a fumble from as Day Sims recovered it. The officials,
or maybe it could be a push off too. I don't. It's really the only two calls.
If they're going to move it toward the goal line of Ada, so
yeah, hold. 10-yard penalty
to the 23. First down, automatic. First down comes with it, so a first down for Durant at the Ada 23, with 5:53 to play in the first quarter. So a first down by penalty, actually down to the 18-yard line, so a 15-yard. The ball at the 18-yard line. Cougar defense being called.
They're going to talk about it. It's not a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, they had it at the 23.
That would be PI. Pretty sure a holding is a 10.
They initially had it at the 23-yard line. They've now.
They're going to make me mess up my stats.
They've moved it down to the 18-yard line. Now they're going to converge, but a lot of conversations here early. Cougar Football 2023 edition presented by the Chickasaw Nation. Ada has an interception, and Ada and Durant's recovered a fumble. So we're even in the turnover column here in the first quarter in the season opener. Again, probably in between quarters, we will try to make a switch for you to maybe a different piece of equipment to hopefully eliminate some of this flickering that is the heat's causing. Saxon in the shotgun formation, back you in motion, gets set up strong right. They empty the backfield with St. Clair going in motion. And they're running it is Saxon, good recovery, and that's going to be one of the for the Cougars. Looks like Kamari came in and made the play at the 11. They emptied the backfield in the quarterback run game. Darted up inside to the 11-yard line from the 13. So it'll be second down and 8. The official line of scrimmage was the 13.
So is it a 20-yard penalty?
I guess. They just continue to tack on yardage.
I don't understand that.
So it's at the 11-yard line, second down and 8. Durant's second possession. Over the football is the center, Carson Olivand. 6'1", 185 senior. J.B. Coyle on the nose for the Cougars. Direct snap to Cole Robbins. Hands it off to Saxon, who plays running back. He finds a crease inside the 5 to the 3. And it's going to be close to a first down for Durant. If it is, it'll be first and goal.
A little bit behind here, Kenny. I apologize.
Third down. They're going to say it's just short. Probably about a half yard. Good blocking up front by the Lions. Karan Richardson now playing on the left side, linebacker position. Cougars defense have been on the field most of this first quarter, 4.5 minutes and counting. They're going to run to the line of scrimmage and bunch it up inside. Going to snap it to back you. Going to run it right off the left side. Lunging toward the end zone. Going to be grabbed by Karan and a host of Cougars.
I think that was George that met him initially, and then Karan pulled him back.
He'll have enough for a first down. And that'll be the 5th first down by Durant. Inside the 2, mark it at the 1-yard line. So first and goal for Durant, a drive that started at the 8:33 following a Cougar turnover. Welcome back to Paul Laird Field, Trey Kinley. After about an hour and a half delay, the power went out. It's back on. The teams have warmed up. Ada and Durant still in the first quarter. 4:11 to play. Durant will resume it with first and goal at the Ada 1-yard line where play left off an hour and a half ago. So we're going to get back started tonight at 9:23. It looks like officially as Durant breaks the huddle on first and goal from the 8-1 going to the north end. They got a bunch formation. Baku takes the snap. He's grabbed from behind. The Cougars stuff him and throw him for a loss. Ada really ready for that play. And the Cougars look like Brennan Riddle in there, shot in like a bullet again and grabbed Baku and got him back at the 2-yard line, about a yard loss. So
I'm not going to say we changed things, but we changed things.
Well, you got an hour and a half for both clubs to make adjustments. You got Karan Richardson. He's at the left side linebacker. Riddle on the right.
That's one of the changes.
Martin Maddox in the middle. Again, they bunch it inside. They take the direct snap. Back you again. Gets stood up and pushed back. The Cougars showing a goal line stand as Deontay Lindsay slid in from a corner position and helped the Cougars that time make a tackle. Getting up off the bottom as well for Ada is number 55. That would be Ashton Rowell, sophomore in the game, Trey. And they push him back another yard on that same play that before the delay was getting some yardage. It's now 3rd and goal for Durant. The ball resting about a football length inside the 3-yard line. So the Cougars, after the lengthy delay, come out and have 2 stops and push him back. They got twin receivers to the near side, the boundary side. Ball on the left hash mark. Saxon, the quarterback in the gun. Robbins in motion. Empties the backfield. Saxon running right. Cuts it back. Oh, he stood up and he got away. Then Maddox got him around the ankles. George Maddox got him as he bounced outside. Who was the Cougar who stood him up in the gap?
I think it was Karan.
So on 3 plays after first and goal from the 1, the ball now resting between the 5 and 6-yard line. The Cougar defense said not so fast with 2:22 to play. Durant in 4-down territory. They're going to go for it as they bring in Brody Payne, a 5'7", 165 junior, bringing into play. Let's see if you got Robbins going to take the snap this time. He's a triple threat. Pass, run, receive. He's at quarterback right now. He's got Payne to his right, and we do have a timeout by the Durant Lions. They have 4th and goal. The ball at football length inside the 6. Let's keep it right here. But how about the adjustments? You were down there, Trey Kinley, during that hour and a half delay as the Cougars kind of waited this out. Durant had 1st and goal at the 1, and they've gone backwards 5 yards on 2 plays.
Yeah,
3 plays.
I told you before we went down there, Carter had made a comment about from his practices this spring about an idea of what they should do, and we went up to Fisher. And I was kind of giving Fisher a jab and saying, Coach Kinley here says you should do this. And he said, actually, this is what we're going to do. He said, we're going to pull a safety out, add another linebacker, pull a corner out, and pull another safety in to have another linebacker with some speed. But they still got some coverage out of that because it's a safety coming in, not another backer.
You got Dugan out there right now in the defensive backfield along with Carlock. Stafford.
This is
on one
This
quarter.
is the regular set. It's just heavy with the double jacks.
Man in motion is Saxon. Robbins the snap. Play action.
4.
Saxon in the flats. Got it at the 5. Can the Cougars get him before he gets to the end zone? Yes, sir!
Oh,
what a big-time play by Case Stafford. He was headed to the end zone, and Case got him out at the 1-yard line. Goal line stand for the Ada Cougars. What a play by Case Stafford as the speedy Saxon was headed toward the goal line, Trey, and Case came in and lowered the boom and got him out at the 1. Turnover on down.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to wrap up, Kenny. You use that sideline as an extra defender and give him a good shove, and his momentum, Saxon's momentum, took him out of bounds.
That was a great play because he has speed. He's the quarterback. They put him out at the wide, sent him out of the backfield as he's playing running back on that play. Robbins got it to him, and that's what they've done a couple of times early in this game. Get it to their speed guys in space, and that time the Cougars' pursuit able to chase him down.
J.D. Dugan was also out there with Case, and he was kind of the one that dove that made him go a little bit wider, and then Case followed it up.
Look at the football. The nose of it just off the goal line.
Saxon actually reached it out. Appears to be a pretty good call.
The Cougars come out with 4 wide receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Boyles takes the snap, going to throw it, got a pass, a little slant pattern, caught by Lindsey. Great play. They spread the field from inside their 1, put confidence in the sophomore quarterback, delivers on target and on time to Deontay at the 9. A big pickup to get out of the shadow of their own goal line.
That's a rhythm pass and catch. Get some confidence in 12, get some confidence with 2. Obviously, Brock played quite a bit last year. Deontay played a lot on the defense side of the ball, but didn't get many snaps on offense with Andrew and Jack being out there. We've got a strong side right, speeds fast side left.
Lindsey, the single receiver to the left. They're going to hand it off coming back right. Xander cuts it up in the hole and got a little bit.
I think he got the first down initially, but they walked him back.
They're going to mark it just outside the 10, so officially a 1-yard pickup for Xander Rhines. 3rd and 1. Let's reset Ada. Offensive line, Dawson Matthews, sophomore, left tackle. Isaiah Hayden, junior, left guard. Makir Sanusi, junior, center. Kel Fuller, junior, right guard. Will Johnson, junior, right tackle. That's the 5 up front for the Cougars. Cord Coffey.
Ada taking their time getting the call in.
Senior tied in.
I think we got Chauncey Conway in the backfield for the first time.
Yep, Chauncey overplayed at Blanchard last year. He's a junior tailback.
Brennan Riddle's in at the sniffer back.
Directly to the right of Boyles. Conway gets the handoff from Brock, and he didn't get it. They got him at the 10, and I don't think they give him a surge, and Ada's going to have to punt. As we go inside the 20-second mark.
We won't be punting this quarter.
So they got
little extracurriculars.
We got a nice play on first down, but the run game not productive on the next 2 snaps. And Ada in their own territory.
I think we're going to have to run outside a little bit.
They tried a little more power with Conway, who's got a good build. He looks the part.
Yep.
Just good penetration. They got Day Sims, their Division I player, going to Oregon.
They're really thick up front. We got some speed on the edge. I see some jet sweeps. We're leaving the offense out there for now, but it's for the end of the quarter. So
it'll be 4th down and 1 when we come back. 1 quarter in the books. We'll take a break. Cougar football 2023 season opener. After a lengthy delay, we're back, and we're back for the second quarter. Cougar football presented by the Chickasaw Nation. Who's punting? J.D. Dugan?
Yes, it's going to be a rugby-style punt.
Welcome back to Paul Laird Field. I'm Kenny Morrison, Trey Kinley, Mason Lee on camera. If you're just kind of perusing 99.3 or KADAradio.net. Sorry about that. I was reading the text. We've had them going all night with this delay, but if you just tuned in and the Cougars.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't pay by text anymore. I'm unlimited texting. I'm blowing up here.
Brock Boyles is going to be in punt formation.
Yeah, Brock's got a really good leg. We've been doing a rugby-style punt. Sometime this year we could see J.D. Dugan back there. We could see LaKeven get him on the edge, and if there's nobody there, he can go. Ryder
Jones is at the 8 of 45-yard line. Boyles at his goal line at the south end of the stadium. Rugby-style going
that
right.
Boy.
That's a high, booming kick by Brock. Going to bounce to the 45 and go out of bounds, but he got a hold of it.
Yep, good
nice
punt.
Kick. It'll go out of bounds officially the 43-yard line. 33 yards, no return.
You got to bow your neck again.
Yep. Durant will take over. Their third possession. If you joined us, didn't join us until after the delay, officially at the 44-yard line, so we go 34 on the punt. Each team exchanged turnovers in the first quarter. Ada got an interception, and then Ada turned it over on a fumble. Now Durant has it, and Ada's defense really looked good on that goal line stand. They'll try to stop Durant again here. Shotgun formation. That's going to be, it looks like, Robbins, the quarterback. They interchange with Saxon. Power side to the right side. Going to hand it off. Saxon got outside, got a crease, and got some room at the 40 into Ada territory. 36-yard line. Stood up and pushed out of bounds. On the near side, J.D. Dugan made the initial hit, but getting to the edge was Saxon, and then that's the guys they want touching the ball. Robbins and Saxon, they're the kind of the combo there. He got 8 down to the 36-yard line.
Looks like J.D. and maybe Fisher cleaned that up.
Ada defense again. You got Lindsey and Stafford, the corners. Coffee, Coyle.
Chase Bailey in at the safety. Dugan's hat came off, so he had to leave for a play. He's back there with Carlock.
3-4 defense. Robbins, direct snap. Cuts it back up inside. Going to have a first down, it appears. He lunges toward the 32-yard line.
M&M.
George Maddox, Bishop Moore.
Oh.
Extracurricular activity after the play. It's going to be a first down at the 32.
Man, this makes Staten hard. I hate these.
A dead ball penalty coming.
It should go both ways. There was pushing and shoving everywhere. It depends on if they got the initiator or the retaliator. Is it a first down, Kenny? Yeah, they're at the 38.
Yeah, they got down to the 32-yard line on the carry. It appears where the ball was marked.
No, it's on the 33.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Durant and against Ada. They'll offset, so it's dead ball. So the play will stand as 1st and 10. As we get the official marking, and you're correct, 33-yard line, so a 3-yard pickup.
You know what that means? I'm not even putting it in.
And a Durant first down. I've got Durant with their 5th first down. Ada's yet to scratch in the first down column on just a couple of possessions.
6 counting the punt.
So ball at the 33-yard line. Again, you got the quarterback is Robbins. To his left is Bo St. Clair. St. Clair empties. Robbins keeps. Quarterback run game right up the middle of the 30.
Pretty good job there, George, getting off his blocker. You saw him shove him. I believe that was George. He made the tackle, but it was already, 3 or 4 yards deep.
Durant just empty in the backfield, having a sniffer back up there as a lead blocker and running the quarterback with that extra blocker up front. Got 4, 2nd down and 6. So right now the time of possession dominated by Durant. We got 11 minutes left in the second quarter. If you just tuned in, it's at second quarter. It's 9:36, hour and a half power outage.
Ada's had it for a minute and a half, Kenny, probably?
Yeah. About a minute and a half. St. Clair to the right now of Saxon, who's the quarterback, and they move.
Start.
Yeah, false start on Daltrey Barker, a 5'11", 160 junior running back. We'll move it back to the 34-yard line.
He quickly exits the game. It wasn't just on him, though. The left guard moved, too.
Maybe some miscommunication on the snap count. Cougar Football 2023 brought to you in part by Great Plains Kubota, Wild Rose Place, Hilltop Dodge, Ada Nissan, First United Bank, T&W Tire, Classic Cake, Landrum ENT, part of your Cougar sponsors. We appreciate all of them. Up over the football is the center, Joshua Hitchcock. Snap back to Saxon, hands it off up the middle. St. Clair got a gaping hole. Secondary, 25, 23-yard line before he's gang tackled by multiple Cougars over there, but a big gain, and again, more penalty markers as tempers beginning to flare here in this game. Out in front of the Durant sideline, and the Durant coach is adamant to get their players back, but a big hole by St. Clair.
Where'd he advance to? About the 30, 24?
About the 23, 24-yard, 24. He got 10, which would be enough for be short of a first down by a couple of yards.
I think this one's going to go against us, Kenny.
Cougars got to keep their poise. Checking out of the game is Matthews and Hayden.
where Durant got lucky is they had several kids come off the sideline because it was right there on their edge.
And the coach,
you got to be careful, and their coaches are really adamant about that. That's where you get into game suspensions.
Cougars shuffling that defensive line. Will Johnson back in there. Karan Richardson stays in at a linebacker position. The officials sorted out on the near side. The play ended at the 24. Todd Vargas talking to the officials.
Stern conversation going on.
And we'll see what the result is. They're going to go to the 8.
We're going to go cancel the other sideline. Give probably warnings.
I got a feeling offsetting.
Next one's ejection.
Yep.
They can go straight to that if it starts getting chippy.
They're going to mark it right at the 25 now. They've moved it back a bit. So a 9-yard pickup at the 25-yard line. They need to reach just around the 23 for a first down. That play started back at the 35, 34, 35-yard line. So the officials now talking to head coach Brad Osteen on the far side. And the Durant coaching staff down below have got their team all huddled around them. Durant in their blue uniforms, white numerals, lettering trimmed in red, the red helmets. Cougars in their white uniforms, maroon numerals, the maroon helmets, the letter A. And it's going to be offsetting and say right where it's at, I believe, Trey. They just, I think unsportsmanlike both ways. Second consecutive play, I believe. So third down. Saxon in the gun. Running back to his right is Payne at the 30-yard line. Cougars crowd the line of scrimmage. Saxon runs right, trying to dart outside. The Cougars got him, stretching it out.
I believe we're going to have a hold.
Yep, behind the play. Looked like maybe Sims. We'll see. Day Sims playing the tackle position or tight end position. Not sure it's him or not, but the flag came and hit the general vicinity. Cougars stopped the rush short of the first down, ushering their quarterback out of bounds just inside the 25. The penalty against Durant, and that helps a ton because it goes from third and short to third and long, Trey, on the holding penalty.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't see who it was, but I'll take it.
Moves it back to the 34. Third down and 11 now. Durant moving from north to south. Carson Avalon over the football to his right is the right guard, Hitchcock. I said he was center a while ago. Hitchcock's actually the right guard. They average 245 across the front. Saxon from the gun, play action, some time, flushed out.
Pushing the black. Yep, there you go. That's a block in the
back. High, wobbly pass
count.
downfield toward the end zone is incomplete.
I'd back him up, Kenny. This is 4-down territory, I would think. So I would take the penalties. It's going to be a legal block in the back. You had Will Johnson out there. It was blatant right in front of the official.
Yeah, he had a bead on Saxon who lofted up a duck that was wounded.
I don't know that Will was going to get to him. It was kind of a senseless penalty, and I believe Saxon probably could have taken off there.
So do you have 4th and 11, or do you go?
I think you back him up because, like I said, this maybe not. Declined it.
The Cougars decline to an incomplete pass. The Cougars' defense is stiffened. It's 4th down, 11. 4-down territory, I would assume, though, at the Cougar 34-yard line. Let's see. Or unless they just try to play field position and maybe.
Well, what we've done offensively, that's probably the smart thing to do.
They've kind of been, 8 has been pinned so far.
But Saxon is the punter.
Yep, he's in punt formation.
I'd be in regular defense here, which we are. We don't even have a safety back to catch it.
They split 2 guys out, a single receiver left and right. Saxon at the 45-yard line. Line of scrimmage at 34. Rugby style coming right, and he kicked it straight out of bounds. Kicked it straight sideways.
Yep.
And they're going to mark it, the official walking downfield, and this is kind of one of those guessing games probably. He's walking upfield now, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and you're going to mark it at the 18-yard line. So they're going to give him 16 yards on the kick. At the 17, so 17 yards.
Nah, Kenny, that is the 18. I'm not sure where maybe our view is better here.
Yep. So 16 yards, no return. And Ada will take over. No score in this game. 9:17 to play. Ada, the highlight of this half so far
There's power coming back.
The hour and a half power delay, but Ada's goal line stand after the power delay. Ada takes over. You got Brennan Riddle in the game. Sniffer back to the left. Man in motion. They're going to hand it off on the sweep to Richardson. LeKeven coming across the 20. Got some speed to the corner and trying to stretch the defense of Durant a little bit. And LeKeven able to nice pickup on first down. Try out to the 24-yard line. He got 6. So that time a little jet sweep. They brought LeKeven Richardson in motion from left to right. Durant plays that odd defense, odd stack. 3-5 or short.
3.
You have a lot of cover 3. Brock Boyles with an empty backfield. Got twin receivers left, a single right. Conway in motion, takes it on the jet sweep, running right. Here's Chauncey at the 25.
Lowers the shoulder. Good
yeah,
job.
That's nice yards after contact by Chauncey Conway. He was hit behind the first down marker, but lunged forward to the 30 tray and got a Cougar first down.
Somebody's hurt. Not sure who it is. Chauncey still down.
As he lowered his shoulder,
Yep.
Big strong running back. And there's your first down of the season for the Cougars. Hope Chauncey is okay on the far side of the field.
Looking up high.
Where'd
they mark that, Kenny? Right at the 30?
Right at the 30. About a 6-yard pickup on the jet sweep. So right now we're not finding a lot of
29.
We're not
it's on the 29.
We're not finding a lot of room to run on the interior. So the Cougars going to that jet sweep game.
Somebody on this broadcast mentioned that earlier.
Would that be a
Just saying.
maybe TK initials?
Yep. They're just so big up front. Even on our strong side, we need to. I think our advantage is on the edge.
Yeah, they go 287, 285, 280 across the defensive line tray. And Tucker Dry, who was as Chauncey Conway is up coming off the field. And
He's limping. Right leg. Can't tell. Yeah, Tucker's been that big since 7th grade, Kenny. I remember when we came over and played them for the first time over at the old Durant High School, I said, good grief. His grandfather, I believe, used to be the wrestling coach over here. I know Wade Evans and him were really good friends. That was back when Bo Boatwright was at Ada, and Wade was there and talked to him for a long time. Tucker seems to be a really good kid. Has battled some injuries through the years.
Cougars have the power side to the right. Boyles, the quarterback. Karan Richardson beside him. Boyle's going to try to keep it on the quarterback run. Or is that Carlock? Carlock in the game. Trying to keep it. Colton Carlock taking a snap, quarterback run game, and he went nowhere. He got stood up in the back. Walker Weston, just a freshman. And Colton, I think, slow getting up. That's back-to-back plays. A couple of Cougars have gone down. And they mark this ball back at the 27-yard line. A loss of 2. Colton up. He's got looks like a right leg injury. Be second down and 12. So you got Conway and Carlock hopefully not serious on back-to-back plays.
I'm going to guess an ankle there for Colton. Don't know that. Don't want to violate any HIPAA violations either.
Second and 12 on the 2-yard loss. No score, 8:31 to play, second quarter. Bakir Sanusi will come over the football.
I think it looked like the Durant player landed on the back of Colton's calf as he was going down, so maybe a deep bruise on the calf. We're fixing to get a penalty if we don't call a timeout.
We got 4 receivers. Trip right, single to the left. Boyles, play action, going to hurl one down the boundary for Dante Lindsay, and he had his man beat, but the pass a little over his head.
We got lucky there. We had a guy move early, and they didn't call it. Durant sideline was going crazy.
Deontay showing his speed.
I like that, though. Even though we don't complete it, we got to keep them honest, and you got to throw that deep ball every once in a while. And you complete one, it's not like that was way off.
No.
It was not an interceptable ball, so I like it.
Boyles a season ago in a reserve role had 7 touchdown passes to 2 interceptions, played in 7 games. His first high school touchdown pass came against Durant last year, and he came in when Carter Freeland went down.
Hit 2 that game, I think.
2 in that game, and the next week hurled 5. Twin receivers right. Brennan Riddle's the sniffer back to the left, and we've got 12 men for Durant, maybe 3-5. I got a delay game. Yeah, where the flag came from the back. They look at the clock or counting players. So the Cougars get pushed back to the 22. 3rd and 17, 8:03 and counting. Second quarter from Durant, Paul Laird Field. Of all your stats at halftime,
most of them.
The Ada Nissan replays for you. Appreciate Ada Nissan, our sponsor to Cougar football. Boyle takes the snap. He's being chased. Day Sims got him. That play never had a chance after the bobbled snap tray, and just Brock never was able to get back and get his feet set. Then Day Sims was on him in a hurry back at the 11-yard line for a sack and a loss of 11.
Yep, never had a chance.
So Ada will punt. Offense yet to get untracked. Brock Boyles will be in punt formation, and he's a little bit ginger. So that was not a good series for Ada. Went backward, but you've got Conway that went out. Carlock went out. Now Brock Boyles appears to be okay, but a little bit ginger. So this game has been played so far on in Ada territory. Cougars will try to create some field position here. Boyle takes the snap. This is more of a more low liner. Going to bounce the 35-yard line and go out of bounds in front of the Ada bench on the far side. Going to mark it the 38-yard line. 27-yard punt, no return. So the Ada defense right now, Trey, with the Ada offense, tries to get untracked, being called on, and to try to put up the stop sign one more time.
Yeah, they've given up some plays, but so far they haven't. It's kind of been a bend but don't break.
The Cougars line up. You got Stafford at one corner. Kamari Richardson had a first quarter interception.
Carlock's back in. That's a good sign. Like I said, I think it looked like they just landed on the back of his calf. It's going to be sore tomorrow. Chase Bailey in the backfield with him.
Cole Robbins now the quarterback, that dual quarterback. They got a man in motion as Lide. He takes it on the jet sweep, coming from left to right, being chased from behind, breaks a tackle, broke a leg tackle as Fisher Moore almost got him, but couldn't quite grab those ankles, and Lide gets inside the 35-yard line. There's both teams running that jet sweep. They're going to mark it at the 33, so 5 yards for Lide.
Had pretty good pursuit from the backside, just weren't quite quick enough to get there.
2nd down and 5. Ball at the 33-yard line. Got Mims, who had a big catch in the first quarter, comes to the near side.
They got the slot receivers wide open right now.
Yeah, that's the quarterback, Saxon. Robbins takes the direct snap. He'll run it up the middle. That time the Cougars got him. Fisher Marr just kind of worked his way down the line of scrimmage. Cord Coffey was there as well, and they got a 2-yard loss on the run by the quarterback, Robbins.
Yeah, good job there.
Disciplined. Stayed in the gaps. Fought off the block. So 3rd down and long. Cougars were great on 3rd down a year ago, Trey.
Yeah, defensively we played really well on 3rd down.
Opponents were 23%, 31 of 135 a season ago. 3rd down. Robbins, the quarterback. Saxon right to left in motion. Robbins play action, throws a slant pass. Intercepted. Dugan. Here he comes. 30, 35. Make it Bailey. 40. Bailey. 40, 35, 30.
Good
one
job,
man to beat. Baby to the 20-yard line. Chase Bailey. The interception. We'll look back. I think he got it at about the 20. And you can see it coming. He was a safety waiting in the wings to pick that one off. But an interception by Bailey.
Yeah, that was kind of just like the last one. Sorry, I'm going to look see where he got that right
around
quick.
The 20. He returned it to the 20. If that stand to be about a 60-yard return.
Yeah, and Deontay Lindsay covered some ground but didn't quite get in front of it. Yeah, right at the 20, Kenny.
So a 60-yard return by Bailey. Cougars setting up shop in Durant territory after being opportunistic. Their second takeaway, second interception of the season here in the first half. Boyles out of the shotgun. Rhines gets it, coming left, trying to get to the corner. There's a speed, 15, Xander, 10, 9, 8-yard line. That was speed by Xander Rhines. Ryder Jones got him,
good
but
block
Xander,
on the edge there by the receiver, LeKeven.
he turned it on for 13.
Run it outside.
First and goal for Ada from the 7. We slide inside the 5-minute mark at 4:55 and counting. Cougars get the play from the sideline. Plenty of time, got 18 on the play clock. LaKeven Richardson brings in the play. Cord Coffey will be set up as a tight end. You got Matthews and
Carter Colombe out wide right.
Colombe, a senior wide receiver. Got one-on-one coverage out there. And we've got a
timeout.
Yep. Cougars going to call a timeout. Good call. Play clock running down. 4:37 to play. First half. Cougars threatening here. And we'll keep that one right here. Keep this break right here. The Cougars have a first and goal, but
we didn't get the replay. I didn't get it set up, Kenny. Oh, he got it. Never mind.
But Chase Bailey, great interception, senior defensive back, and you can see that one coming from up here. He was just waiting. His eyes were on the quarterback.
Hey, I want to, going back and looking at that, Kenny, I want to give Deontay a shout-out here. He did get there. He didn't get the block, but it would have been a block in the back. He did a great job. He almost pushed him, and he pulled his hands back. It would have been a 15-yard penalty coming back, so good job there by Deontay. Our runner-up, 300-meter hurdle at the state meet last year. He told me he had a dream, Kenny, that I announced that, so I'm doing that for him.
There you go. You fulfilled his dream.
I fulfilled his dream.
Did we ever get a Mick Cowan trivia question?
No. I'll give it after this play.
Yeah.
I don't have it to put up on the screen since we had to restart the broadcast, but I will. I'll give it.
First to go for the Cougars, trying to strike first. Brock Boyle's the quarterback. Pistol formation. Rhines off tackle, trying to cut it back inside, and he has stood up in the gap. Big guy got him. Clay Couch, 285, offensive lineman, met Xander in the gap coming off the right side. No gain.
Okay, so Ada has opened with Ardmore and Norman since 1962. Nobody different for the first game. The question is in 1961, who was the team that the Ada Cougars opened the season against? You can text your answer to 580-495-9099. Again, who did Ada open the season with in 1961? Don't look at the media guide. Don't look at the 100-year book. That's cheating.
Second and goal from the 7. Power formation by Ada. Direct snap. They wanted to go to Fisher
Had to call
Marr.
another timeout.
Yeah, they had a power formation. They had Fisher Marr in the Wildcat, and we're going to see that this year. Fisher kind of got a slash by his name, but had to use a timeout. So it's second and goal at the 7. At halftime, we'll recap the first half, which has been a long one. Kicked off at 7:30. Power outage for an hour and a half. We'll recap it with your stats and your Ada Nissan instant replays as we take a look at that beautiful replay by Chase Bailey a moment ago. And a 60-yard return to set up Ada in position. And you know that Ada has two first downs. But two turnovers, they have 2 takeaways. Ada was plus 10 a season ago in that column, and that's one thing Coach Osteen preaches. He told me that in the coach's corner, is we've got to win the turnover battle.
Yeah, especially early in the season until this offense finds an identity and a rhythm. We got to be in the positive side on the turnovers.
It's like Ada's going to go back with their power group. Let's talk about this. It's kind of that you got Marr in there. We got an extra offensive lineman in there too, Trey.
Delaware's at center.
Yep,
interesting.
And 78, Isaiah Underwood in there on the right side, and they moved too fast. They tried the power, again, direct snap to Marr, and the Cougars, after the timeout, moved too quick. Going to push them back 5.
Looked like the right guard, maybe.
I like this unit. They like this formation. It just didn't materialize. You had Maddox in there. You had Delaware. You had Underwood. It's kind of their big lineup.
I agree with it, but against this line, you have 6'5" on the outside and 6'4", going against a 3-deep secondary.
Twin receivers to the right. Boyles takes the snap, play action. Going to roll right toward the Ada bench to the corner. Fires back across his body, and did he catch it?
Yeah. Yep.
Great catch. Who was
Cord
that?
Coffey.
Cord Coffey. Beautiful hands as Boyles fired back across his body inside the 5 at the 2-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and goal for Ada. That was a nice pass and catch.
Yeah, Brock threw it where only Cord could catch it, and that's great hands by Cord.
Cord playing tight end. And that is going to be a 3rd and goal now from the 2. 4-down territory for Ada. Definitely field goal range for both Ada kickers, but this is 4-down territory, you would think. 10 and counting. Marr, Wildcat, Fisher, plunging, Cougars, touchdown! There you go. The power formation, the Wildcat, and Fisher Marr, the senior, gets his first carry of the season. It's pay dirt for the Cougars as they're in the end zone and leading 6-0 from Durant. Like I said in the scrimmage last week, Kenny, Fisher's not going to go 90, but he's not going to go negative too many times because he's going to lower it, and his strength in his lower body, he's going to push people backwards. But a good job by the left side of that line, and the Sanusi at center, Hayden,
Sniffer.
Matthews, Cord Coffey over there.
Case Stafford, Fisher Marr, the holder. Should be a penalty. Thank you.
Extra point is perfect by Caden Mitchell.
It's a good way to take a cheap shot on a middle linebacker is just run over him at the center position. You're not allowed to touch the snapper.
They bulldoze Fisher.
Fisher does a good job of snapping and then just basically putting his hands on his knees. And there was a lot of contact there, but it won't take much for Fisher to fall backwards in that instance. I think he's practiced that a little bit.
4 plays, 20 yards, 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Marr the touchdown, set up by Bailey's 60-yard interception return to put Ada deep in Durant territory, and the Cougars have struck first, lead at 7-0. 3:01 to play. Penalty will be assessed on the kickoff here. That'll help.
Kenny, I have a winner already. I'm pretty sure Balls wasn't around when this happened, but he's either an astute Ada historian or he knew that we didn't even play somebody from Oklahoma. Played Wichita Falls in the opener in 1961.
Wichita Falls.
A far cry from Maud, who we opened in 1912 with, and East Central University in 1913.
And we won.
We won. And then in 1937, I believe, we almost repeated that tonight, Kenny. It was the only tie in the opener. The night that the lights went out in Durant, we almost had one, but we're playing. Tyler Walker going to kick it off.
From the Durant 45-yard line, so this ball will probably go into the end zone unless you have a
he could put it through the uprights here if he wanted to.
A lot of options when you kick off from the 45-yard line. Cougars got one too many. Nope, they just get their special teams. Eli Justice comes to the left side. You got Eli Justice, Chase Bailey, LaKeven Richardson, J.D. Dugan, Colton Carlock on the left side here. Got Karan Richardson, Colin Christian on the far side, along with Braden McGilbray.
Delay a game again. Come on, guys. Yep, trying to land it right on the goal line. That's what he wants to do. We got to clean this up, getting plays in and stuff like that.
Also on the special teams, Kelton Stipe, sophomore.
Yeah, Kelton watched him play quite a few JV games last year. I really like his intensity at linebacker. Going to be a good player there.
So now they'll move it back to the 50. Still kicking off in pretty good position here after the penalty.
Yeah, that's 2 delay games, and we've used 2 timeouts to avoid 2 more. So
Tyler Walker will approach the football with Ada leading 7-0. 3:01 to play in the first half. Walker puts his leg into it. This time a high pooch is going to hit.
I like it.
Hit at the 15, and the Cougars almost stayed in bounds. I'm telling you,
Karan almost got it.
Kamari,
yeah.
Yeah, he just overran it. It bounced straight up in the air. They ended up going out of bounds, Trey.
He was moving too fast.
But he had a chance at the 16-yard line.
Did they not drop a flag?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, okay.
No one for Durant was over there, so Durant will take over now. They'll move.
Do they get it at the 45 where we kicked from?
Let's see. They're going to move it up, I think, to the 35 where they mark it. So Durant ends up with good field position after the kick goes out of bounds. 3:01 to play second quarter. Cougars lead 7-0. set their defense again. Again, they've rotated 15, 16 players in and out. They've already had 2 interceptions here in the contest. Durant continues to
Well, I'm not real sure. I guess we're
Gun.
discussing. I bet they're asking. I don't, Kenny, if you kick off from the 45 or the 35 normally, and they get it at the 35, I don't know.
They kicked off from the 50.
45 after it got moved back. No, you're right. The 50.
Yeah, 50 after it got moved back, and then 35-yard line's where it stays. You got twin receivers to the near side in front of the Durant sidelines. Shotgun formation. Saxon hands it off, and the Cougars stuff the running game. Cole Robbins got maybe a yard. Brennan Riddle. And might have another Cougar down. We also Cougar Bailey slow to get up, but we got a Durant player down.
He looks like he's in some pain.
Yeah, some of his players said, get out here in a hurry. That's Brody Payne.
No pun intended.
Ball at the 36-yard line. Rich Robbins got a yard. That time the Cougars really, this is Durant showed they will throw it on top.
He's okay, good.
They will throw it a little bit. Yeah, good sign. But you got to make them, I think at this point, I think you may have said it a while ago, you got to make them throw the football. Yeah. They want to run it.
They do. I mean,
Cougars
they've thrown it
the
a lot more, and even when I went down and talked to their coaches in the beginning of the game, I said, I wasn't expecting that for the first play. And it was the defensive coaches, and they kind of laughed. But their bread and butter is running the ball. They run it about 70% of the time. If you can get them behind the chains or way behind on the scoreboard, that's where you want them.
Durant 2-8 a year ago. They are hoping to post the school's first winning season since 2008. Been a drought here at Durant. They were 6-5 in that season. Cougars have won 63, lost 15, 2 ties against Durant. 81st all-time meeting. 36-yard line, 2nd and 9. Again, twin receivers to the near side. Shotgun. Saxon rolls right. JB sprints through, chasing Saxon, who just says, I'm going to get rid of this thing, baby. JB Coyle had a beat on him as he came from the nose guard position, and he was churning the legs, Trey Kinley, and Saxon finally threw it out of bounds.
Cord Coffey also out there with him. The Durant players wanted a personal foul, but it really wasn't. Cord pushed him right as he released the ball, and he kind of rolled and stumbled out of bounds.
So it's 3rd down and 9. Clock stops, 2:38 to play. Second quarter, 8 on top by 7 on a 2-yard touchdown plunge by Fisher Marr.
After a 60-yard pick by Chase Bailey.
Power side to the left side, twin receivers to the left. They're going to run a reverse. Here it comes. Cougars got it sniffed out.
That's a hold.
Yeah, Caron's being held. There's the call, but it goes nowhere anyway because Colton Carlock
Where's another flag
chops down the runner, Braylon Lede on the near side. As Caron Richardson had that play stopped, he was held. Cougars will probably decline this because it's going to be 4th down and 8. Despite the hold, Trey, they strung it out and got him at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, and Cord a little bit slow getting up there. He got hit pretty hard there after the play in the back over the top of the pile.
Cougars are going to take it this time and push him back and make him do 3rd down again.
Yeah, until they prove that they can throw it consistently. I'm surprised we didn't earlier, honestly, because I thought it was 4-down territory with Durant there at the 34-yard line.
So it moves it back to the 26. They've got to reach the 45, so it's 3rd and 19. Cougars have 1 timeout left. Lead at 7-0. 2:25 to play the first half. Saxon's in the shotgun. Pair of receivers to the left. 8 is going to crowd the line of scrimmage, and I think George Maddox
over a little bit
got
too far
across the nose of the football. Trying to time the count. That'll cost the Cougars 5. So offsides, Ada moves it to the 31. Now it's 3rd and 14. Daltrey Baker will bring in the play from the sidelines. Durant coached by head coach Todd Vargas. Of course, Brad Osteen, 3rd-year head coach of the Cougars. Mims, pretty lengthy young man, 6'4", 175 senior, caught a big pass in the first quarter, goes wide left. Got a slot receiver, Lade to the left. Back to pass, Saxon being chased, Cougars crash in, Saxon rolls right, nowhere to go, ushered out of bounds.
Good
Fisher
job
Marr.
there, smart fish.
Yeah.
He didn't lower the boom. Could have.
I wasn't watching downfield, but apparently no one open.
There's only one guy, two guys out in routes. Kind of a poor, unless it was made to go the other way. He had one guy deep and one guy short on this side, but didn't have any time to get to it.
That goes as a quarterback sack for Marr on a 4-yard loss back to the 27. Cougars had 26 sacks a season ago. That time they got in the backfield in a hurry. That snap count, and they had 3 or 4 Cougars.
Two of them took each other out.
They flushed the quarterback. So Saxon stands at his 16. You got LaKeven Richardson standing at his 41-yard line ready to retrieve the punt. Saxon line drive, good kick. LaKeven at the 35 fumbles it, picks it up, lost it again. It's loose. I think Ada might have got back on it at the 35, and I hope so. It's going to be who got back on it for Ada. They got it. I couldn't see who got off the bottom, but LaKeven just never could pick it up. Looked like maybe
15?
Either Bailey or Justice.
Eli Justice.
Got it at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, Keith just backed up a little bit. I think it misjudged it a little bit short of him.
So buck 26. The punt went from the 27 to about the 33, about a 40-yard punt.
Yeah, it was a good punt.
Ada takes over. Boyle's going to roll sprint left, throw it out, and the ball is trapped by Deontay Lindsay. Tried a little hitch and come back. Couldn't pull it in. Incomplete pass. Brock, a season ago for Ada, in his 7 games he played, was 21 of 43, 475 yards as a freshman. 2nd and 10, buck 20 to play, first half. Ada on top, 7-0. 4 receivers deployed, 3 right, 1 left. They go to Xander, sprinting toward the right sideline, 40, 41, 42. It stays on his feet. And finally ushered out of bounds, but Xander Ryan got some good blocks on the edge all the way up to the 43, and Trey stopped the clock.
Yep. On
the 9-yard burst. It'd be 3rd down and just a little over a yard. They're at the 43. You got to reach just outside the 44 for the first down.
I'm off a yard here. We're going to call it that.
So 3rd down. Ada trying to keep the drive alive and see if they can get some points before halftime. Boyles takes the snap. Bad snap. Goes way back in the backfield, and Brock just has to set on it at the 28. The snap was low and it bounced.
Is Durant going to call a timeout?
And that'll go as a 15-yard loss and on Brock's stat line. But he did the right thing by getting back and just not trying to do anything fancy. Sometimes plays just don't work. You don't magnify them and don't make them any worse than they already are.
Fans up here wondering the same thing I was. Why are they not calling a timeout here?
And Ada's content to let the clock run down. There's 35 seconds to play.
We'll use our last one.
Yep, Ada uses it Durant finally called it. Well, it took a while. Not good clock management. 31.9 to play.
Yeah, that's 17 seconds off the clock.
Ada Cougar football brought to you in part by Vision Bank, Chickasaw Travel Stop, Simmons Bank, Laser Zone Family Fun Center, Carter County Dodge and Hyundai, Don Carpenter State Farm Agent, Vision Bank, Fenton Ford, part of our Ada sponsorship package. First of 10 regular season games, and hopefully a deep playoff run for this Cougar team, leading Durant 7-0. If you joined us again after the hour-and-a-half power outage delay, we were to the edge, Trey, where they're about to send them home.
Yeah, we had about 11 more minutes.
And OG&E, appreciate all the work by OG&E to get things back on. Apparently we heard the stadium and plus some dorms were down behind us, but they got things fixed. Durant had 1st and goal with 8-1 and did not score after the delay. Cougars defense stuffed them and turned them away inside the 1-yard line on 4th down. Ada then got a big pickoff interception by Chase Bailey that set up a Fisher-Moore touchdown. So Brock Boyles in punt formation at his 16-yard line. Line of scrimmage is the 28. Winds directly blowing across the field from east to west pretty much. There's a high booming kick. Fair catch, 35-yard line. Pulled in by Ryder Jones. That's a nice kick.
Yep.
47 yards, Trey, and no return.
That was a good kick by Brock. And it's kind of handy to have your quarterback
37.
Back there if you ever want to run some shenanigans.
Yep. Officially 37, miscounted by 10 from the 28 to the 35. So Durant from their own 35-yard line with now 25.3 seconds. I wouldn't expect a whole lot of fancy from Durant here.
Nope. I'm going to say an inside zone or a jet sweep. Let me see who's at quarterback. 4.
It's like Saxon, the quarterback. Robbins maybe beside him. Yep, Cole Robbins. They come
coming this way.
Big Day Sims comes to the tight end on the right. That's the power side. They come to Robbins, sweeping
That's
right.
A hold.
Maddox going to string it out. Robbins, 45-yard line, 46. Xander Ryan.
And JD.
11 for Robbins. Caught the edge and got out of bounds. Another Durant first down on their first play of this drive. Actually, the mark is 47, got him 12 yards. So first down for Durant. Kind of a bend but don't break here for Ada. Keep everything.
Get the ball to start the second half.
Yep. Ada won the toss, deferred.
Motion to the left side.
Saxon, the quarterback.
Oh, he false started.
Yeah.
Not going to call it.
Sims moved.
Biggest dude on the field.
Play action. They throw it out in the flat. Lade catches 50, 45, Ada territory. Out of bounds at the 40. On the far side, Dugan got him out of bounds. 13 more on the pass to Lade. So back-to-back plays, first downs on back-to-back plays for Durant. Saw Marlowe run that play in the scrimmage last week. Quarterback kind of sprints out and then throws it parallel, try to get a
RPO, run pass option.
Yep.
Just got to make sure you got to do it quick before your linemen get down the field.
11.4 seconds to play. The ball at the Ada 40-yard line. Durant moving to the south end of Paul Laird Field.
Not going to call it again.
Saxon rolls, fires one. Lade went up. Oh, right through the hands. It looks like it.
Alligator arms, J.D. Dugan.
Dugan had an interception.
Yeah, didn't watch it all the way in. A lot of traffic there.
2nd and 10. This probably will be the final play, barring a penalty with 5.5 seconds to play. Day Sims comes out of the game.
That's a big dude, Kenny.
He
6'4", 275.
He fits the build. 6'4", 287.
I shorted him. I apologize, Day. I'll give you 11 pounds.
From the 40-yard line, 2nd down, but in 10, that's probably irrelevant with 5.5 seconds to play in the first half. You got Cole Robbins now taking the snap. Saxon comes out in the slot to the right, and the play clock went down. So a delay a game, and a penalty.
Riddled half.
Yep, penalty riddled half. On the delay. We're approaching halftime at the 10:15 mark.
That really limits our eating choices post-game.
Shotgun formation. Robbins hurls one deep downfield. Ball's up in the air, and Dante Lindsay, tremendous coverage to knock it away to end the first half. And that winds up a long, almost 3-hour first half, an hour and a half being a power outage delay. But the Cougars lead going to halftime 7-0 over the Durant Lions. This is Ada Cougar football streaming at K80ARadio.net. Glad you've tuned in. We've got your first half highlights brought to you by Ada Nissan. Your stats and more next. Cougar football streaming at K80ARadio.net, presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
Cougar football is brought to you by the Chickasaw Nation, along with Ada Nissan, Classic Cake, Carter County Dodge and Hyundai, CTS, Fenton Ford, First United Bank, Great Plains Kubota, Hilltop Dodge, Landrum ENT, Laser Zone, Simmons Bank, State Farm Agent Don Carpenter, T&W Tire, Vision Bank, and Wild Rose Place.
Welcome back to Paul Laird Field. I'm Kenny Morrison alongside Trey Kinley, Mason Lee on camera. Cougars 7-0 here at halftime, Trey, after a lengthy first half.
If you'd have told me that when the power went out, that we'd be up 7-0, I'd have said you're crazy, because they were on the 2-yard line, 1st and goal.
1st and goal, yeah, inside the 2 there. And the Cougars, that's really the possession of the game so far, the defensive stand. The Cougars got pinned deep and had to punt, but then got a big turnover that we'll watch here in just a moment that really finally flipped field position.
I moved the ball back about a yard when I went down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You helped us.
Yeah, I did.
And Coach Shamley gathered the defense during that hour and a half, too, and kind of got them going. So Ada leads at 7-0 at halftime. Ada won the toss, deferred, so they will get the football to start the second half. Durant took the football, and they moved the ball pretty good. They started at their own 23-yard line, and they moved the football down the field into Ada territory. But then on fourth down, after they got it was into Ada territory, the Ada defense came up big, and it was in the hands of sophomore Kamari Richardson. You've got Robbins, I believe, at quarterback now. He takes the snap, looks down the seam, intercepted. Cougars get the pick. It's Kamari. Yeah, that was pre-delay when we were really having some equipment problems. But Kamari Richardson got the interception for the Cougars. That stopped a Durant drive. Ada couldn't go anywhere. In fact, they turned it over on their next possession on a fumble. Day actually got a break. Day Sims probably would have scored a touchdown, but they ruled.
They went to instant replay and ruled that it was, in fact, a fumble. It was the fumble. It was the right call. I like the way they handled it. You don't want to cheat either team. Blew it dead before he could score. So unfortunate for Durant, but unfortunate for Ada that it was a fumble.
3 plays later, that's when the power outage came. That last replay brought to you by Ada Nissan. Ada Nissan in Ada, great place to buy a new car. The lights went out, but then the Ada defense, the lights came on. After the power outage, they stopped Durant on downs on 1st and goal at the 1, all the way to 4th and goal, and they stopped them, took over, made a nice play on the sideline. Was it J.D. Dugan, I think?
Case
Stafford got him out of bounds.
J.D. and Case
at the 1. Ada took over, ended up having to punt from their own territory, held Durant on the next possession. Ada had to punt on their next possession, and then Durant got the ball back, 6:47 to play in the quarter at the Ada 38-yard line. The field position still in favor of Durant. They had the ball at the Ada 38-yard line. They reached the 35-yard line, and then they went to the air game, and Chase Bailey was waiting in the wings. Quarterback Saxon right to left in motion. Robbins play action, throws a slant pass, intercepted. Dugan. Here he comes, 30, 35, make it Bailey, 40. Bailey, 40, 35, 30.
Good
one
job,
man to beat, baby. Thing of beauty, and that really flipped the game tray, flipped the field position, got Ada the ball at the 20-yard line of Durant territory. 13 yards on a first down run by Xander Reindl. Some great blocking up front, got the Cougars down to the 7-yard line. Penalty put them back to the 12. They got 10 on a nice passing catch from Brock Boyles to Cord Coffey. And then from the 2-yard line, Fisher Marr, who stuffs things up in the middle defensively in the Wildcat formation from the Durant 2. And counting. Marr, Wildcat, Fisher plunging, Cougars, touchdown! So Fisher found the end zone. The extra point was perfect by the Cougars. Caden Mitchell, the Ada Nissan instant replay you just saw, put the Ada Cougars on top 7-0. The teams exchanged possessions to wrap up the half, and Ada in this meeting against the Durant Lions, 81st all-time meeting, now on top 7-0 at halftime. We'll get the football to start the second half. We'll take a halftime break, come back on the other side, have your first half stats with Trey Kinley. This is Cougar Football, streaming at KADARadio.net, presented by the Chickasaw Nation. Welcome back to Paul Laird Field. Kenny Morrison, Trey Kinley, Carter Kinley running the computer, and great job on the replays there a moment ago. Brought to you by Ada Nissan. Mason Lee on camera. A long night from Durant, but a good one so far. Ada offense really hasn't got going, but you look up and they lead 7-0. The stats will prove that out, Trey.
Yeah, we'll start with Durant first. They had 8 first downs, 21 rushes for 54 yards, so a little over 2 a carry. 4-13 passing for 51 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks. 8 penalties for 60 yards, and I didn't put in either one of the offsettings because it gets me behind. Ada had 4 first downs, 12 rushes for 12 yards. Really 10 rushes for 36 yards, had a sack, Brock, and then the bad snap. Of course, Brock takes that one too, unfortunately. 2 of 4 passing for 18 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions, 2 fumbles, 1 lost, 60 yards and penalties for Ada as well. Individually for Durant, these I have no idea. They've had so many guys run the ball. I have Saxon 4 for 14, Lide 2 for 9, St. Clair 1 for 9, Cole Robbins 7 for 8, Baku 4 for 4, and then 3 unassigns. Passing, Saxon's 2 of 6 for 33, Robbins 2 of 7 for 18. Both have thrown a pick. Receiving, Caden Mims 1 for 24, Braden Lide 1 for 13, Cole Robbins 1 for 9, and Jalen Saxon 1 for 5. Individually for Ada, Xander Rhines has 5 rushes for 25 yards, averaging 5 a carry, and he took a loss on 1 or 2 of them, so he's had some pretty good runs. Keevan had 1 carry for 6 yards. Chauncey, before he injured, had 2 for 5. Fisher had 1 for 2 with a touchdown. Colton Carlock 1 for -2, and then Brock had 2 for the -24. Passing, Brock 2 of 4 for 18 yards. Receiving, Coffee had 1 for 10, and Lindsey had 1 for 8. So that's the stats. Did see Chauncey come back into the locker room with some crutches, so he's probably going to be done for the game. Carlock came back in after he was dinged up, and I believe that was all that we had. That Brock was limping a little bit, but I think that was from 287 falling on him on that sack.
Ada leading at 7-zip here at halftime. Cougar football streaming at KADAradio.net. Also on your radio dial, 99.3. Hey, this year I want to get a little plug in. That's the 50th reunion, the class of 1973, Trey, in October, and we'll be talking more about this. But, they've got a lot going on. And you can, on social media, you can look all that stuff up. They're having a big deal at Waddell's Vineyards, and just kind of get ready for that if you're listening. But we'll give you more information about that. The 50th reunion of Ada High School graduates having a big event coming up in October. So the Cougars lead it by 7. This game is kicked off at 7:30. Power outage pushed it back after about the 4:11 mark of the first quarter, and we finally have arrived at halftime. Been a good crowd on hand, and not all of them are still here, but a lot still stayed. Most of the Ada folks looks like stayed. There may be a few that are kind of
finally comfortable.
Yeah, good. Maybe that's a blessing. Play with a little cooler part of the night. It was 103 at kickoff here from Paul Laird Field. So Ada's on top, 7-zip. We'll take another halftime break, come back on the other side, and kind of set the stage for the second half when Ada will receive the football. This is Cougar football streaming at KADAradio.net. Tonight's broadcast, a presentation of the Chickasaw Nation. Welcome back to Durant. I'm Kenny Morrison. Glad you tuned in for Cougar football tonight. 7-zip at halftime. We knew, Trey Kinley, Durant was a better football team. This is a season. I've talked to the play-by-play guy, a longtime guy, Jim Reagan, been doing this since 2007 for Durant. He said they had more expectation this year than he can remember since he's been doing Durant football, and they should. They've got some. They're talented. And they're a best Durant team Ada's played in several years. Ada leads here at halftime 7-zip. They're bigger, they're stronger, they've got some athletes that get to the edge. I thought Ada finally adjusted, especially after the power outage, that keeping them out of the end zone has been huge in this game.
Yeah, Kenny, I've been watching Ada Durant football since the late 80s, early 90s, and I don't ever remember any big Durant blowouts. They were the bookends of the 42-game winning streak, and even those dominant teams in the 90s, it seems like we never really – Durant just uglied up the game, physical, just hard-nosed, and we've never really dominated them scoreboard-wise, but there's never been games really in doubt, if that makes sense. Kind of how it's going here. I'm not saying the game's over by any means, but it's just a physical game, not high-scoring, and that's Ada Durant, in my opinion.
It's kind of gone to what we've kind of expected, too. The Ada offense with a work in progress. We've got the pieces, but a work in progress, finding identity with a little bit of a new offense, some young skill players that have the talent but have not had many reps at those positions, an offensive line that is bigger, better, and more experienced, but still building to be what they want to be, and the defense that we expected to be
gave up some pass plays that were kind of surprised us a little bit. And then that power game, they never broke on it, but they were always getting a yard or two when they needed a yard or two until the power went out.
Yeah.
And then Ada re-energized with the power, and with that fourth down or that goal line stand was phenomenal, and kind of changed the momentum of the game.
I really like the way the defense flies to the football, and we thought that we'd see that from the Ada defense.
Anytime you make a team one-dimensional, Coach Shamley's defense is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
So, again, if we can come out here and put another one on the board and go up 14-0 and make them where they have to throw the ball a little bit more, we're going to see a lot of flying around.
Yep. Do we have any breaks we need to take left, or we take them all three of them?
I think we got all three.
We already got them all in, so we got.
We got 38 seconds here,
so we're in good shape. I just want to make sure we didn't short our sponsors of Ada Cougar football. Ada Cougar sponsors Ada Nissan. All the replays brought to you by Ada Nissan. You got Great Plains Kubota, Wild Rose Place, Hilltop Dodge, First United Bank, T&W Tire, Classic Cake, Landrum ENT, Vision Bank, Chickasaw Travel Stops, Simmons Bank, Laser Zone Family Fun Center, Carter County Dodge and Hyundai, Don Carpenter State Farm Agent, Vision Bank, and Fenton Ford, bringing you Ada Cougar football. So Ada won the toss to start the game. Game time temperature was 103 before we kind of got settled down. Ada deferred to the second half. So the Cougars will now receive to start this half of play.
Looks like Durant's going to kick towards the south.
What adjustments would you see the Cougar offense make? The coaches got a chance to go to the locker room. Lead 7-0, got a short field with an interception. What's your thoughts?
I hope we get some short passes, get Xander out on the edge. I'd like to see Karan carry the ball a few times, which I think he will here in the second half. Kind of a power that's got some speed too. But I'd like to see some quick passes. Get it in the hands of Kevin out on the edge, or I think you got to take a shot deep with Deontay or Carter Colomb once. Just to keep that three deep secondary honest. I mean, if they're running a 3-5 defense, that means there's 8 in the box by design. And you've got, what's it called? Coverage.
Cover three.
Let's test it a little bit. Now, you got to give Brock time to do that. But move him out on the edge a little bit. Get the quick passes to get the linebackers out or where they're not pinning their ears and go from there.
Deontay Lindsey and LaKeven Richardson, the deep men for the Cougars, the ball at the 40-yard line.
Carlock and George in front of him, and then you got Eli Justice and Colin Christian. Then you got Kelton Stipe, Bailey, Delaware, Cody Carpenter, I believe, the freshman.
Lyde going to kick a high one. Fair catch. Eli Justice, and he got hit. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Eli, the fair catch at the 37, clearly got his hand in the air. Then he got leveled by number 34, which would be Stephen Maynard. And he leveled Eli. He's getting an earful from the head coaching staff. That's going to get the Cougars starting out in Durant territory at the 48-yard line after the penalty.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that was just not a smart play as Eli got his hand in the air on the pooch kick at the 37-yard line. So Ada will set up 1st and 10. So the 48-yard line in Durant territory, 1st down for Ada. Brock Boyles, the quarterback, in the shotgun formation. Single receivers left and right. You got Richardson right. Looks like Deontay wide left. Moore in the game. Sniffer back in motion. Boyles takes the snap, hands it off. That's going to be Karan, as you called for. The big guy carries it right up the gut, and Karan gets to the 45-yard line. A little more of a power back for the Cougars, and Karan got 4 off the left side of that line. Dawson Matthews, Isaiah Hayden, Makir Sanusi, and then the right side's Kel Fuller and Will Johnson, but a 3-yard pickup from the 48 to the 45.
Karan is a tailback in a fullback's body. I don't know how else to we could see some really special things from him, in my opinion.
Case Stafford brings the play in. He'll go wide to the right. Coffee lined up at the tight end. It's an empty set. You got wing backs. You got Moore in motion. Takes it on the jet sweep, running left to right. Fisher, 45. Cuts it inside. Nice scoop. 40, 35, 30. Fisher has ran over a man. It gets inside the 25 to the 24. Fisher Moore.
Got another one hurt.
Turned it upfield. That was a great cut, Trey, as he headed to the corner and then on a dime, turned it back inside, and got 21 yards.
Case Stafford a little banged up, but he got up. I think he'll be all right.
Love the play call. They emptied the backfield and brought Marr in motion, got him on the jet sweep.
Yeah, and that's not expected. Fisher's got some speed. I said he wasn't going to take it 80, but he can take it 40.
21-yard pickup. That's 2 for 23 for Fisher in the game. Cougars break the huddle and send Lindsey to the boundary side of the right side. Richardson comes to the left. Riddle in motion. Boyles awaiting. The snap from Sanusi. Richardson this time is taken down behind the line of scrimmage. He kind of lunged back forward. About a yard loss or two. Bo St. Clair got him back at the 26-yard line. It'd be a 2-yard loss. That time, pretty good penetration by the Durant front.
Sometimes on defense it's kind of a guessing game, and sometimes you guess right.
I think I had a little fan noise in the microphone there. Let's get it out. 2nd down and 8 from the 26, or 2nd down and 12 after the 2-yard loss. Single receivers left and right. The sophomore quarterback Boyles on play action. Going to hurl one down toward the end zone. It's knocked up in the air by Lade.
We're going to see this on film. He had Cord Coffee wide open over the middle.
And he was locked in on Deontay Lindsey in the end zone.
And I don't mind that pass. What I'd like to see Brock do there is get a little bit more air underneath it and try to overthrow it and let Deontay go up and get it.
3rd down and 12, probably 4-down territory, moving from south to north.
Case Stafford back in, good.
Richardson back in at the tailback. Shotgun for Boyles. Richardson to his left. Going to throw it. Out pass for Stafford. A quick one and a little high. The 25-yard line.
Yeah, Brock didn't set his feet there. Kind of rushed it a little bit.
So the Cougars look promising after the Marr 21-yard run. They've gone backwards 2 yards on 3 plays. Now it's 4th and 12 in Durant territory at the 26. 10:05 to play. 3rd quarter, 8 on top, 7-zip.
Case Stafford out wide right. Going to have Deontay Lindsey wide left here. So you got 2 X's in the game, 2 outside receivers, plus the sniffer and Keeve. This is last year's.
Yep, trips to the right on 3rd down. Boyle steps up in the pocket, avoids the rush initially, but then is drugged down. If he got away from the initial surge, but then it looked like he got drugged down. Looked like Dayton Madrid got him back at the 33-yard line for a sack. So 32-yard line, so it'll be taken over on downs. And Durant will have it. So the drive looked promising, but Durant's defense stiffens.
Maybe snuck out a little bit too quick there on the heat. I wasn't looking downfield. I didn't see if he had anybody open.
Well, he got flushed pretty good. Had to step up. And Durant takes over at their own 32-yard line. Their first possession of the second half. Ada set their defense here in the half for you. You got Saxon emptying the backfield. Robbins direct snap. Got a hole, but Fisher Marr plugs it into the second level to 36, 37-yard line. Again, they empty the backfield and run the quarterback. They love that set. They got 5. Cole Robbins, the ball carrier. Be 2nd and 5. They need to reach the 42-yard line. Cord Coffee, J.B. Coyle, Will Johnson across that offensive line. Karan Richardson, Brennan Riddle, the outside backers. Marr and Maddox on the inside will set the secondary on the next snap. Power side the left side. Quarterback takes the snap. Robbins hands it off to Saxon. This time he's stuffed. George Maddox stands him up. Host of Cougars help at the 38-yard line. Only a yard that time for Saxon. So him and Robbins continue to alternate, running back, quarterback.
Yeah.
They'll split them out. There are multiple, especially with those two. J.B. Coyle will come off.
Heavy set in. Sanusi. Heavier set, I should say.
Xander
Ryan's also in.
That
got out of the heavy. We had double jacks in. Now we got a jack and a star.
3rd down. They got to reach the 42. 3rd and a long 4. Again, out of the shotgun. Robbins awaits the snap. Going to run right. Cougars try to get in the gap and get there a little bit late, and Robbins going to lunge forward for a 1st down.
Ooh,
Found just a little crease. Cord Coffee fell on him.
Generous spot.
But they mark it up at the 43-yard line for a gain of 5 and a first down. Not fancy football, just try to outnumber you in the box with blockers and run the quarterback. Cougars on top, 7-zip.
If they can stay in, 3rd and 3, 4, 5, that's where they want to be. You'd like to get them off schedule here on first down.
Shotgun formation again. Robbins has it. They send the two guys in motion from right to left. If they run that direction, they do with Saxon. He cuts it back up inside. Got a big hole secondary. 50, 45, 40 to the corner. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. And Dugan, I think, from behind finally got him. They're going to mark Saxon out of bounds at the 15-yard line. A big run, though. 42 yards and a Durant first down, the biggest play of the game.
Other than the 60-yard interception.
Offensively, how about that?
Okay, I'll take it. Actually, he stepped out up at the 16.
Yep. 41 yards. Nice cut. As he
we had it covered.
So from the 16, Durant in 8 territory. Cougars leading 7-zip. Got twin receivers to the near side, which is the right. Robbins going to run to the right. Cougars string it out. Richardson trying to get him and coming up and making
Chase Bailey.
Nice hit with Chase Bailey from his secondary
got a
position.
Flag somewhere. Perron ended up on the ground.
Got him at about the 12, 13-yard line.
Who was that ran that, Kenny?
Line of scrimmage was the 16. I believe it was Cole Robbins. Flag right at the point of impact, which is the 13-yard line. 3-yard pickup. Let's see what the flag entails. This drive started at the Durant 32-yard line. They've quickly moved to 8 territory. And we got a personal foul against Ada. So something, I don't know if it was said or don't know. So a personal foul. The run goes to the 13. The personal foul moves it half the distance to the 6-yard line. And it's going to be first and goal for Durant. So they're on the doorstep of trying to get this game tied. Ada leads 7-0 third quarter. Almost halfway through. 7:25 to play. Robbins again, the quarterback. He has St. Clair to his right. Empty set. Look for Robbins to run. He does. Coming left. Cuts it back up inside and finds the end zone. Just kind of picked his way. Again, nothing fancy. Robbins just took the snap out of the empty backfield and kind of picked his way behind some good blocking up front, Trey, and found the end zone.
It's almost like we're almost being a little too aggressive, and he's waiting for us to make those moves and then slowly finding his way.
So at the 7-11 mark, Durant's going to go. Nope, they got the kicker on. They got Lyday off the hold
of the quarterback
of Jalen Saxon. Lyday splits the uprights, and this game's tied at 7. So a good drive by Durant. Ties the game at 7. 7-11 to play in the third quarter. This is Cougar football presented by the Chickasaw Nation. Durant goes 68 yards in 5 plays, only took 2 minutes, 46 seconds. And they have found the end zone on a quarterback run by Cole Robbins, ties this game at 7. So now the Ada offense will try to get untracked, see if they can get going and get this lead back.
Yeah, we need to respond kind of the opposite of what I was wanting coming out of the half, but still a lot of football left. 7-11 left. Speaking of 7-11, I could use a beverage. Cold, ice-down beverage.
It's been a long night.
Yeah. My water that I bought before the game is Luke hot.
I've got one back there. Fortunately, got down a Gatorade, but All right, here's the kickoff. High pooch kick, fair catch, up in nice hands at the 38-yard line.
Colin Christian.
Yep, Colin Christian got his hand in the air, slid to one knee, and they're going to mark it at the 39. So Ada takes over. Good field position, 7:07 to play. Offense had a chance on the last possession, got a big run by Fisher Moore of 21 yards to get down to the Durant 24, but stalled. They start 1st and 10 for their own 39. They'll have Cord Coffee at a tight end. Xander Rhines back in at tailback. Brock Boyles at quarterback. Lindsey wide right. LaKeven Richardson to the near side of the left side. Ball rests on the right hash mark. Boyles takes the snap. Floats one for Coffee over the middle. Kind of had him in the seam, but just missed him. And Cord stays down on the turf. I don't know if kind of grabbed his face there a little bit, I thought, as he tried to go up and grab that ball. Coffee just kind of found the middle of the field there, and they were trying to exploit right in between the linebackers and the safeties there, Trey, and the pass went incomplete.
Yeah, a little bit high, but you'd like to see him come down with that.
2nd and 10 from the 39. Good play call, just trying to find the tight end in the middle there. On 1st down, I like it. And they've got 3 on the play clock. Ada's going to have to use a timeout.
No, it's 25.
Oh, well, they had it down to 3, and they just reset it. And rightfully so. I thought it was awful fast. Trip receivers, 2 to the near side, 1 to the right. Boyle's going to hand it off. Rhines to the corner. Got a good edge block out of Richardson.
Case.
40. Stays in bounds. 45, 46, 47. Tiptoes. Got hit out of bounds. That's good footwork as well by Sander. Didn't go out of bounds and picked up a couple extra yards with some nifty footwork out to the 47-yard line. He got 8 out of it.
I like the no call there. He was hit late, but it's because Dawson was blocking his guy into him. So probably the right call.
3rd down and 2, 47-yard line. Yep, got it very manageable on the Rhines 8-yard run. And that Durant up front. They're big. About 285 average across the front line. Boyles takes the snap, and Durant might have popped off sides on a hard snap. Let's see if it goes against Durant. It's kind of a hard snap count. They had one of the Durant linebackers jump up in the gap. And
Sweet.
It's going to be offsides and a Cougar 1st down.
I'll take it.
So encroachment. Pushes it to the Durant 48 for the 2nd time in this half. After Ada had trouble getting into Durant territory in the first half, the one time they did was on the 60-yard interception return by Bailey to set up the touchdown. Ada, for the 2nd consecutive drive here in the 3rd quarter, have found Lion territory. Pistol formation this time. Richardson behind, gets the handoff, coming left, turns upfield, gets to the 46-yard line, drugged down by Axel Thurman, sophomore defensive lineman. That time they ran the pistol and got Karan downhill for 2.
Positive yardage. I like what we're doing, getting them outside a little bit, Kenny.
2nd down and 8. Lindsey comes in with the play. Got 18 seconds to get the play off. Cougars get a little more timely on getting the plays in. Riddle comes as a sniffer back to the left. Strong side over the tight end, Coffee. Boyles on a quick pass, caught by Lindsey at the 40, lunges forward, 1st down for Ada.
Fight for it, Deontay.
Yeah, just kind of went down and just kind of set down pattern there. Boyles found him. The ball goes to the 37-yard line and an Ada 1st down. That's good for 9 yards. So the pass plays we've seen here have been more quick
The rhythm
releases.
ones. The rhythm ones
Yep.
are the ones that are being successful. Other than the one over the middle of the court, and we threw one, I think, to Case earlier that really wasn't catchable. But other than that, the quick ones.
Carter Colom's wide right this time. Boyle's going to play action. Going to roll out of the pocket, trying to get loose. Does. Hurls one toward the end zone, and it's going to be intercepted.
And then run out of bounds.
Unless he went out of bounds. Kind of threw one up, well underthrown, intercepted at the 3-yard line. One that Brock will tell you, I want back.
Yeah.
Kind of fluttered out of his hands.
Who got that? Number 8? Holden Robinson.
Holden Robinson, the Oski. So Durant takes over at their own 3-yard line. after the interception with 4:42 to play. Ada's second turnover. Each team has a pair. Ada had a first quarter fumble.
Defense needs to get off the field here. We don't need a long drive. Quick pass.
Empty backfield. Robbins going to keep it on the quarterback run game. They're having success right now getting some blocks up front. Trade. Robbins picked his way for 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Not quick plays. Like you said, he's just kind of.
Got another Cougar down. Like maybe JB.
Cramp.
Possibly, looks like. Both legs in the air. You got a commercial ready. We'll take one here. Ada 7, Durant 7. 4:24 to play, third quarter from Durant. This is Cougar football streaming at kadaradio.net and presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
See him kind of hop. Yeah, he went stiff. Is it cramp? And then he got leg whipped.
Talking about J.B. Coyle looking at the replay tray as he stays down. Cougars on a long night of football because of the power outage. If you're still with us, 7-7. Third quarter, J.B. still down on the field. Chauncey Conway already has gone out of this game. Was on crutches at halftime with a leg injury, it appeared. We don't know the details of that, but now J.B. Coyle down at the 5-yard line. Durant will have it, second down and 3. The ball at the 10. Trey, you're going to take it for just a minute. I got to find my water.
I got a text from my favorite number 14 ever. No offense to Colin Christian, but Andrew Hughes watching the broadcast up in Fayetteville. At least he went to a school with red. I'll take Arkansas. Miss having him around. Saving quite a bit of money, though, Kenny. I'm not having to buy him dinner.
He's a good one to have around to buy dinner for, though.
Yeah, we miss him.
Wish him the very best.
Misses him a little bit. I miss him a little bit. Boomer, the old dog, she really misses him.
Yearns to see the man.
Yeah.
He's staying up late with us tonight.
He's still in Central Time Zone. Oh, college kid. It's only 11. His night's just beginning.
Yeah, that's the truth. JB goes off the field. We'll get set to Ada lineup.
Like Ashton Rao placed him in the middle.
They're going to run Saxon up the middle on a handoff, and he's into the secondary to the 20-yard line before he's being brought down. Kamari Richardson slings him to the turf, but 10 more.
Looks like they're scheming us pretty good up front.
Durant Lions, first down and 10.
So Durant, yet another first down. Tie game at 7. 20-yard line. Durant in their own territory. First and 10. Man in motion, St. Clair. Robbins looks that way, now keeps it right up the middle, into the secondary again. Breaks a couple tackles, another first down across the 30. And then the ball stripped, and the Cougars have the football. Oh, Isaiah Hayden ripped it away. And the Cougars, after Durant had some momentum, Isaiah Hayden just ripped it out of the arms of Cole Robbins, who had a big pickup to the 32-yard line. Trey, he got 12, and then Deuce ripped it away as Carlock's cramping up, but the Cougars have it at the 27-yard line, first and 10.
Keep him up and grab and rip. And he's rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. I wish we could have seen Deuce on the loose.
So recovered by Isaiah Hayden, and that's a big play for Ada, taking over at the 27 in Durant territory. Ada's third takeaway of the evening.
That was very similar to the fumble earlier.
So first and 10. Yep.
That we had.
When Sims took it away from Zander. 27-yard line in a tie game. Boyles, the quarterback, steps up, throws an out pattern right through the hands of Lindsey. He had him.
You got to shake it off.
Deontay had it go through his hands. Second and 10.
Good pass there by Brock on the outside shoulder.
Trying to loosen up. This is a good Durant team. They're better than they've, again, we talked about that. Yeah. They're talented. Coach knew that coming in. They've been down for several years, but they're They've got size. They've got some between Robbins and Saxon, a couple players that are interchangeable that can make plays, running the football, catching the football, throwing the football. Empty set for Boyles, trips to the right, man in motion to Richardson's jet sweep coming left, and he is hemmed in and brought down. Day Sims got him. And that's back about the 30-yard line, and that's a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, that one's kind of blown up from the start.
Yeah, it's too much on that jet sweep. They get penetration from the side that it's coming to. You're in some trouble.
Kenny, I've hurt my first feelings for the year. Jack Morris said he's watching too. I apologize, Jack. Hello to you.
Mr. Jack, Miss T and Jack out there hauling them in. Second down. Or third down, 13 for Ada. Durant 30-yard line. Twin receivers.
4-down territory.
Boyle's going to throw a pass for Lindsey toward the end zone. Oh,
Good
just
play.
Knocked away. Boy, the defender made a great play. That's Robbins. He's an outstanding player. And Lindsey got behind him a step, and Robbins timed it just right to poke it away.
Lindsey, Deontay almost got that off of the deflection.
Streaking down that left sideline.
Broken up by number 9, Cole Robbins.
Cole Robbins is a player.
Down and 12.
Yeah, I was talking to Jim Reagan down there, and he just, again, Durant's play-by-play guy, and he says he's going to be outstanding. They're really, really high on that.
What year is he?
Sophomore.
Hurry, Brock.
Yep. Play clock running down. The Cougars going to go for it. 4th and 13. Throwing toward the end
pass
zone.
Interference.
And Lide intercepted it. It looked like he pushed off on Richardson. The interception doesn't really hurt at that point because you're in 4-down territory. It's like I couldn't punt it. And Richardson was out there, but Lide picked it off. So the teams exchange turnovers. 3 for each club now, and Durant will now take over with 2:21 to play in the third quarter and a 7-7 tie. Yeah, it looked like he had a little push on LeKeven out there.
Yeah.
And that's what you're hoping for in that play, maybe a pass interference
you got what you wanted.
Jump ball. And
apparently everybody that graduated last year is watching the game. Cooper Patterson, he's watching as well.
From the 20, Saxon gets the inside handoff. Cord Coffey, Xander Rhines and company.
Filled the hole a lot better. The
Yeah.
cutback was not there that time.
Ashton Rao plugged it up as well. No gain on the handoff. Second down and 10 from the 20-yard line for Durant. We get late in the third quarter. And a 7-7 tie in the season opener on week 0 that may end on Saturday morning. On second down, they got a power formation to the right. Everybody pretty tight to the line of scrimmage again. Look for that quarterback run game, but a flag, and did the Cougars jump? Both clubs are clapping. But
everybody's clapping, cheering each other on.
False start against Durant.
False start called against the Lions.
752nd penalty of the game.
5-yard
Second and 15. Yeah, there's been a lot. Ada last year, I looked it up, about 8 penalties a game.
That's 19, not counting the 4 that did offset each other that I didn't. 6 that offset.
Coffey, Rowell, and Johnson up front of the defensive line for the Cougars. You got Riddle and Ryan to the outside backers, Marr and Maddox on the inside. On third down, play action.
Oh, inside.
Saxon,
no.
He passed. Didn't he pass the line of scrimmage or he throw it backwards?
Yep, he did.
Yeah,
illegal forward
he
pass.
ran it to the 20, then he tried to pass, and I think he threw it forward. It looked like from here. And then
it was definitely a forward pass, and there is a flag on the 18-yard line. So.
Yeah, that's going to be what, loss of down?
Yep, 5-yard penalty, loss of down.
It's going to be punting time for Durant. Yeah.
Or it could have been a legal man downfield. Could have got either one of those, honestly.
Yeah, that was an odd-looking play. Saxon, again, found some room out on the edge. Not sure why he didn't just try to turn it up. And
yeah, I don't know how to stat that. Can you tell me?
Well, let's see what they do here. Right now the ball is marked. The line of scrimmage started at the 15-yard line. And the play originally started, I don't even see where the ball is.
He threw it from the 16. So he was definitely beyond the line of scrimmage.
The officials are trying to sort this one out, too. It's going to be 4th down. Ada should get the ball back with 1:06 to play in the third quarter in a 7-7 game.
Almost on the 17, so he was a good 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. That's one where the receiver's like, no. What are we talking about?
Officials still gathered, a 5-man officiating crew on this Friday night in Durant. Ada's opens the home season next week. 100th all-time meeting against the Ardmore Tigers. They're going to mark it off from the
18 to the 13.
I guess from the spot
of the foul.
A spot foul, yep.
Pass, so it's pass incomplete. Add penalty. Sorry, I'm talking to myself.
They mark it back to the 13-yard line. It should be, they got 2nd down on the marker. Is that right?
It should be 3rd down, I believe.
Yep. So it's 3rd and 20, not a loss of down play, just a pivotal. So 3rd and 20, even though the marker says 2nd. 3rd down, jet sweep. Lyday coming from left to right. He's horse-collared by Karan Richardson. Oh, the big man, right? Got him down inside the 15. Trey, that time the Cougars got it sealed off over here and really made the play go to the sideline, really extended it. No gain.
So was that a 10-yard penalty, I guess?
The line of scrimmage was the 15 before the play, and it ended up at the 13, and it was 2nd down. So, well, that got me all discombobulated. So now it's 3rd down. That marker just was 3rd down 2 plays ago. Now it's back. They throw a quick pass caught by Mims at the 25. Oh, he got free. 1st down, 35. Stays inbound, 36. On 3rd and long, the Cougars let Durant out the door. Was that 10 or 30 over there? Number 10?
Yep.
It was Lyday, not Mims, all the way to the 36-yard line, a 23-yard pickup.
No, it was 30.
He had a big play in the first quarter. So Durant keeps the drive alive. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. We got 1 quarter of football left. The Ada Cougars and Durant Lions hooked up in a good one this opened the season. Durant 7, Ada 7. This is Cougar football streaming at KADARadio.net. A presentation of the Chickasaw Nation.
Its 2 Chickasaw travel stops are loaded with fast and convenient items to make your busy schedule a little less hectic. There's something for everyone. We've got a large selection of food choices, fuel that's ethanol-free, and fast and friendly service that you can appreciate, especially when kickoff is minutes away. Locate your Chickasaw travel stop, your one-stop shop, at the corner of Country Club and Lonnie Abbott Boulevard, or on the corner of Main Street and Ladder Road in Ada.
Welcome back to Paul Laird Field. Trey Kinley, 1 quarter of football left. It's coming down to the 4th. Durant outscores Ada 7-zip in a turnover really infested third quarter. Durant has been really had the good drive, 5 plays, 68 yards, and just got out of a 3rd and long. Cougars need to stop here to start the fourth quarter.
I don't know how it was 3rd down. That's what an illegal forward pass. Is it, Kenny? It may not be. It's intentional grounding that's a loss of down. So I don't know if an illegal forward pass is.
Well, I thought the markers had said 3rd down on the play before. I have to look back at my stat sheet, and they may have just been off there. I think we had back-to-back. They went from the 20, gained 0 as 2nd down, then they went back 5 yards. So it would have been right. It was 2nd down. I guess it was not a loss. So Durant takes over to start, or has the ball to start the fourth quarter. They'll now move from their own 36-yard line, moving from south to north.
You got LaKeven and Chase at safety, Kamari and Deontay at the corners, Eminem in the middle, Xander and Brennan on the outside, Will, Cord, and JB.
From the shotgun, Saxon play action. Xander's got him in the backfield, wraps him up. Xander Rhines read that beautifully from his linebacker position. Shot through and got Jalen Saxon in the backfield before he could get his shoulders square upfield back at the 28-yard line. That's an 8-yard loss and a big play by the Cougars senior linebacker.
Yeah, that's big time. I thought he was going to get away for a minute, but Xander held on to him.
So now you've got them back at 2nd and 18 behind the sticks again.
We are dealing with some cramps.
Yeah, it's just almost hard not to in these conditions. Got twin receivers to the left side, ball in the middle of the field. And we got the movement against Durant, I believe. There are still 2 on the play clock. Officials come in. Let's see what the flag
was that marked at, Kenny? The 28?
28. 8-yard loss in the previous play, and the referee threw the flag. And now they're going to mark it off or pick it up. Nope, they pick up the flag. So reset things.
Oopsie.
Yep, 2nd and 18. Daltrey Barker brings in the play for the Lions. Cougars have Dawson Matthews now at the right defensive end. Cord Coffey at the left side. J.B. Cole, good to see J.B. back in after a little bit of an injury on that last possession. On 2nd down, Cougars kind of hug the line of scrimmage. Riddle going to shoot to the backfield. Saxon going to roll away from him to the right. Intercepted Deontay Lindsay on a quick pass. Deontay returns it inside the 25 to the 23. He got it at the 30 and returned it for 7 yards. The 4th Ada takeaway, Trey Kinley. Deontay looked like the intended receiver on that one.
Yeah, but let's give Xander Ryan some credit there. He really flushed him, the quarterback, out and kind of, I think, maybe forced him to throw a little bit before he wanted to. But great job by Deontay.
So Saxon the interception at the 11:01 mark of the 4th quarter, and Ada needs to take advantage of this field position.
Where did he pick that off at?
At the 30, roughly, and returned it to the 23, a 7-yard return. 11:01 to play. 4th quarter. See if the Cougars can take advantage of a short field in a 7-7 game. A pair of receivers come to the right side. Karan Richardson's a sniffer. They hand it off to Fisher Moore. Stops, cuts back up inside, bulldozing ahead inside the 20. Good run on 1st down.
23.
Fisher to the 19. Going to get
18.
Got 5. Got a full 5 yards.
I like how Fisher saw the hole, squared his shoulders, and then just went.
Kind of had the power team in. They had Karan in there. Fisher gets it. Karan up as a sniffer, brought Fisher in motion. He got the handoff. Karan now goes to the tailback.
Brennan in at the sniffer.
Boyles reads the defense, takes the snap, throws it over the middle. Caught! Coffey, 5, touchdown Ada! Cord Coffey from Brock Boyles, and the Cougars have taken advantage of a Deontay Lindsay pick and an 18-yard touchdown. Perfect pass from Boyles to the tight end Coffey, who set down behind the backers and finds the end zone.
Yeah, Cord did a good job. A little bit behind him, made a good catch, I think, and then showed his strength and athleticism getting into the end zone. Great job there. Great response by Ada after the interception. Have Caden Mitchell in. Fisher, with the injury to Owen Walford last week, Fisher took over the deep snapping short and long duties. Let's see if he gets knocked down again.
Snap back in good shape. Extra point is right down the middle, and Ada on the PAT by Caden Mitchell has done it. A 2-play drive after the interception by Lindsay. 14-7 Cougars. 10:20 to play. 4th quarter. This is Cougar football streaming at KADAradio.net. Welcome back to Durant, Paul Laird Field. Cougars opportunistic.
Yep.
14-7, and I love the way they mixed it up. They got together. They brought a jet sweep to Fisher with the big package in. Karan on the first play, and then after a good run play, went to the air and found the big tight end Cord Coffey, and Boyles found him right behind the backers there, and he made his way to the end zone. The Cougars on top, 14-7.
Let's get another stop and score. Go get some Whataburger.
I'll be hungry. A little midnight snack.
Kamari, McGilbray, Colin Christian, Stipe, Karan, Carlock, Dugan, LaKeven, Chase, and Eli Justice.
High pooch kick, going to be caught on the run across the 25 to the 27-yard line is Lyday.
That was a heck of a catch.
Yeah, he caught it, and that's a gamble as he came running forward. They got to the 29-yard line. with 10:15 to play now, and Ada on top. 14-7. Their drives in this game for touchdowns, Trey, have been 23 and 20 yards, set up both by interceptions. Ada has forced 4 turnovers, 3 of their own, so they're +1.
Eli Justice in at the jack back. No, he's in at the star.
Lide and Mims come to the left side. Is that Saxon at quarterback? It is. He hands it off.
Good
off
job.
The left side, and St. Clair has nowhere to go because George Maddox,
another cramp,
firing through, showed his emotions as he brought him down. St. Clair, no gain.
I think we got away with something there. The coaches were really animated about somebody being out of position.
Dawson Matthews stays in at the right defensive end. You got Isaiah Hayden left defensive end. J.B. Coyle over the nose. Colton Carlock. Chase Bailey, the safeties. Case Stafford, Deontay Lindsay on the corners. Got Eli Justice in at a linebacker position on the outside. Direct snap to the quarterback. They hand it off, and nowhere. The Cougars stuffed the middle again. Robbins tried it, and Fisher Moore. Isaiah Hayden said, not this time. 1 yard for Cole Robbins.
M&M and the deuce.
So now you got them 3rd and long again. 3rd and 9 from their own 30.
That's where you like it. I know they, even with the big conversion they had last time, Mims is a good-looking athlete. What year is he, Kenny?
Caden Mims is a senior, 6'4", 175. 3rd and long. Cougars trying to get off the field defensively. Saxon fakes, now throws it out on the edge. Oh, and it's almost caught. Whew. That was close. They used the pump fake, and they really and he went for it with Chase Bailey, and then they got the pass over the top to Lide, and I think Bailey made just enough interference to cause little vision problems maybe for Lide. He couldn't pull that one in.
That was one where he threw the fastball. If he'd have thrown the lob ball, it would have been 6.
It would have been 6. They used that head and shoulder fake and really got Bailey to bite up a bit. So a punt. Line of scrimmage is the 30. Saxon stands back at his 20. Rugby style, high kick. Going toward the right. Richardson backs off. Going to let it go and get away from it.
Yeah, that's probably smart. Probably could have picked it up on that first bounce. Wouldn't have had a problem with it, but after it hit the second time, you got to get away.
Takes a Durant roll all the way down the 18-yard line. That's 52 yards on the punt by Saxon. So now Ada will take over at their own 18. On top, 14-7, 4th quarter, getting late. 8:33 to play.
You use some clock here, but you don't want to go into a shell. We don't want to go 3 and out trying to pound it up the middle. Stay aggressive, but smart aggressive.
If you're coming across the live stream or the radio broadcast right now, and say,
why are you guys still talking?
A little over halfway through the first quarter, a power outage, over an hour and a half delay. They're just about to call her, I think, a few minutes away from saying go home, and the lights came back on, the players warmed up, and here we are. Ada leads 14-7. Pistol formation. Boyles fumbles the snap. Rhines picks it up and has a little room. 20, 25, 30, a lot of room. 35, 40. Oh, Xander. Speed, baby, to the 41-yard line on a busted play.
I think we might have a block in the back.
23 yards, and it's coming back.
I don't think it'll be all the way.
It's at the 10-yard where the Cougars needed to get for a first down where the yellow flag is. Xander gained 23, but it doesn't look like it's going to stand. After the snap was low, and Ryan actually ended up picking up the snap.
Oh, really? Yeah, got a hold.
And just took off. Yeah, hold. So it's from the spot. Moves it back to the 19th. So they net 1.
But they don't because it's repeat first down. So what is that?
It's 1st and 9.
They changed it to 2nd down, but it shouldn't be.
Nope, should be 1st down. Don't trust the change over there. I think they've been off a couple times. Should be 1st down and 9 from the 19. Now they change it back. So 1st and 9. Stafford comes right. LaKeven Richardson wide left. The ball near the left hash mark, or right on the left hash mark. Boyles hands it off. Ryan's coming right. Try to cut it back up inside and drop the football. And I think Durant may have got on it. It is a scrum at the 20, and Ada's turned it over for the 4th time. So Ryan's dropped the football. Didn't see the Lion who got up with it at the 8 or 19-yard line.
Yeah, I didn't see it either, Kenny.
Ryan's second fumble of the game. The 8-12 mark. So Ada had a chance, leading 14-7, maybe to take some clock off, keep the field position in their favor. Instead, their 4th turnover, and Durant is now in Ada territory, down 14-7. The defense being summoned one more time. Shotgun formation. Saxon clears it. Robbins runs it up the middle. Hit at the 15 on a good one-on-one tackle by George after a gain of 4. So Cole Robbins got 4. 2nd and 6 from the 15.
Perron off.
Big guy Day Sims playing the right side at the tight end. That's their power side. They also got Jackson Cuesta, 5'11", 210 sniffer back over there. The empty backfield again. That's going to run it with Robbins, and the Cougars
got away from George that time.
Yep. George found the quarterback, but Robbins is slippery. Got to the 12-yard line. They need to reach just about the 9. So it's 4-down territory, 3rd and 3 for Durant, 14-7 Ada. There'll be under 7 minutes to play in the 4th quarter on this next Durant snap. Season opener, week 0. I can almost guarantee you we're the last game being played in the state on this Friday night on week 0. Mason Lee's over there yawning. He had a hot dog during the delay. All right, 3rd down. Twins to the left. Robbins runs it up the middle, and the Cougars got him. Fisher Moore got in there late. Who's off the bottom there? They've stopped him short of the 1st down. That's a great surge by Ada. George Maddox in there.
Will Johnson.
J.B. Coyle, or 54. Yeah, Will Johnson, thank you, gets up to only a yard gain. They just keep going that run game. That time the Cougars are ready. So 4th and goal. This may be the play of the game to
4th and 2.
To date. 4th and 2, excuse me. Ball at the 11. They got to reach the 9. Sliding inside the 6:20 mark. Cougars have had one goal line stand in this game right after the outage. They're going to run that power formation and try to just run it right up the middle. They quickly come to the line of scrimmage, and a flag goes down as they came and had 11 guys within 7 or 8 yards, and they got the Cougars. Nope, they got Durant offsides. So Durant came up and lined up offsides, Trey.
Interesting. Ran up there too fast.
Couldn't get the momentum start. Push them back to the 16-yard line. Now they're going to bring in the regular offense.
I don't know that I've seen an offsides on offense. Would that just not be a illegal formation?
Ryans and Dugan check in for Ada as they go back to their traditional offense.
They're going to have to call a timeout here. No, they're going for a field goal.
Ooh, wow. The 5:48 mark, trying to make it a 14-10 game. Interesting. Snap back. Lydays kicks up, and he's going to sail wide right, I think.
Nope,
hit the upright,
post,
no good.
No good.
Missed it. So a really interesting decision there, thinking they can maybe get the ball back, and they miss a field goal. And the Cougars' defense has done it again on the missed 33-yard field goal.
And will we start here on the 20, Kenny?
We should. 20.
Yep.
Yeah, ball was at the 16, so it'll come out to the 20. So a missed 33-yard field goal by Lyday.
Yeah, that may be one where you come back later and question it. 5:38 left. If nothing else, call a timeout and talk about it because the field goal unit was rushed coming on late, and you could tell it was kind of a rushed kick.
So Ada takes over, take care of the football, leading 14-7. Boyles hands it to Morrow on the jet sweep, coming right. Fisher gets hammered. He dropped the football, and I think he got back on it. Boy, he took a hit from Axel Thurman, 5'9", 200-pounder, and Fisher had it lodged loose, Trey, but he got back on it.
That was a collision.
2-yard loss back to the 18. 2nd and 12. Durant has all three of their timeouts left. There'll be under 5 to play on this Cougar snap. Clinging to a 1-touchdown lead at 14-7. Coffey, the tight end to the right. Moore lines up over his right hip. Boyles takes the snap. Throws a quick out to Lindsey. Catches it. Turns it back up inside. Lunges to the 25. Nice catch. Absorbed contact and got 7. 3rd down and 5 for Ada. 25-yard line. Big play of the game here. If Ada can pick up a first down, they can run a little more clock, leading by 7. Against 5A Durant. Cougars representing 4A District 4. Stafford will come to the near side of the right side. The ball rests on the left hash. LaKeven Richardson goes wide left. Richardson in the pistol behind Boyles. We got offside, I think, against Durant.
That's going to be close. We may have a measurement because we were a little over the 25.
I think we're going to have it by about a half length of the football if they mark it right. They move it forward. They look at the chains, and that's going to move them, Trey. First down on a penalty.
It's not the first time that's happened tonight.
It was the right side of that defensive line that jumped on the snap count. Little different cadence, I'm assuming, by Brock.
Good job by Sanusi there and the rest of the O-line not balking at a new cadence.
Line of scrimmage officially at 31. That's in between the 30 and 31. They're going to hand it off to Karan. Cuts back inside, 35. Nice move by Richardson. They shot into the backfield, but he made a man miss.
Lost the ball, but they're saying he was down.
You think we're going to work on ball security this week in practice?
Yeah, we may have some brooms out.
Whew. That's a good run, though, by Richardson. Good blocking on the left side. You got Matthews and Hayden over there. 7 yards to the 38.
Player from Durant actually made a good play in the backfield, and Karan just made him miss. That's what I'm saying. He's a tailback in a fullback's body. He's got some juke to him. But then has that immediate burst right after.
Just kind of quick feet that time. They move the power side to the right side as they break the huddle. That's Matthews and Hayden. Bad snap. The Cougars had to fall on it. Yeah, Karan had to fall on it. Got to work on the snap, too. They've had 3 or 4 snaps that have not got off the ground here in this season opener. So the Cougars had a promising 2nd and short. Now it's 3rd and 10 as they lose back to the 31-yard line.
Sanusi still in at center?
Yes. 3rd down, short 10, long 9, about a half a ball length ahead of the original line of scrimmage. Sanusi's over the football. Cougars again switch the quick side and the power side of the offensive line. Quick snap or hard count by Boyles. And
wanted an offsides, and it sure looked like they were in the zone, but no call, so we'll call a timeout. That's okay.
We'll take one, too. 4th quarter coming down the stretch. Trip 2's on the board. 2:22 to play. 14-7-8 back in 30 seconds. This is Cougar football.
They all thought they were offsides. Sorry, we're back. Looking at the replay, all the Durant players stood up and hung their heads like they were going to move backward 5 yards, and it didn't happen. 2:22 left in the 4th quarter. Ada leads Durant 14-7. Big 3rd down and 9 here for the Cougars. You got to think if they can get a first down here, it's not over because Durant still has 3 timeouts, but a first down here would be huge for the Cougars. Biggest thing is to maintain the ball after this possession, after this play.
So here we go. Boyles empty backfield. Got Mara in motion. They're going to run it on the jet sweep coming right. Good block
job,
by Karan, but Mara is hemmed in. Just take care of the football as he goes down at the 30-yard line. They tried to get him to the edge, just couldn't quite get there. Now Durant will use a timeout. And Ada will have to punt. Try to get a good punt off, Trey, and have the defense have one more stop in them to start with the season opening victory against Durant. 14-7.
Yeah, I think Durant knew what was coming there.
Yeah, Ada, you knew Ada wasn't going to get too fancy.
You know what I'd like to see there, Kenny, is with Fisher coming this way, having the sniffer back going the other way. Brock, fakes the handoff to Fisher with a little shovel pass to the sniffer going backside.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that would work really good in a video game.
Are you a pretty good video player?
No.
Is Carter? Can he do it?
He plays like Minecraft and
You're getting a tough look over there by your son.
Tetris and, games like that. What I would do if this was me in a video game, I would give it to Bo Jackson in Tecmo Bowl, let him run backwards to about the 1 yard line, and then go 99.
It would work.
It would work. He was unstoppable.
Bo Jackson could have been one of the greatest.
Maybe one of the best athletes ever.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Hip. Wasn't it a hip?
Yeah, it came out like a dislocated hip. Got tackled from behind, I think, on a leg, and he was so powerful he dislocated his own hip.
4th down and 11 for Ada.
Boyles in punt formation at his 20-yard line. Deep man is Ryder Jones. Brock takes it, gets his foot into it. A high, short kick, right sideline, and Durant's going to have a good field position.
40-yard line.
Yep. Brock didn't get all of it, kind of popped it up on that rugby style. And they walk upfield. They're going to mark it 45. They're going to come into Ada territory. Yeah, 50.
Oh, that's a terrible spot.
Yeah, we'll take it. 50-yard line. So Durant takes over at the 50-yard line after a 20-yard punt.
That's almost where it landed, Kenny.
Yep.
About 10 yards out of bounds.
We had a pretty good angle on it because it's right down below us. So 2:07 to play. Ball to 50. That's what separates Durant from trying to tie this game. Ada trying to open the season with a win. 14-7. Hard-fought game here. Robbins going to run it from the quarterback position. Running right. Cuts it back up inside. George Maddox just devours him as he tried to get to the corner. George, the emotional leader of this Cougar team, has knocked Robbins down, and Robbins stays down back at the 49.
That's textbook middle linebacker play there, Kenny. Hey, but the reason he's allowed to do that is the outside backer in the corner stretch it out, and George pursues from the backside. First Durant cramp. It's like it's a double leg cramp. Ouch.
And also the defensive line able to get that penetration. We talked about that even in the luncheon yesterday. Defensive line doing their job. Maybe not come up big with tackles and so forth, but they create space for the backers to get in there in this 3-4 defense and these to make plays. And that's what this defense is, a lot of it's designed to do, get those backers running free. And George Maddox that time, big-time tackle. They actually mark it in
gain a yard.
Ada territory at the 49. Robbins stays down, and I hope he's okay.
It's a double leg cramp.
Yeah, he's been really good tonight.
Is one of the things at the banquet, Kenny, that Teddy Lehman, the former Fort Gibson star, OU star, NFL linebacker, talked about and got emotional. It was really, really cool to see with Dan Cody there, and Teddy looked right at him and said, I'm going to make this radio. He said, you're the best defensive end that ever played in front of me. And he said, what you did made me who I was.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to see.
Robbins gets up. 2nd down and 9 for Durant, Ada 49-yard line. $1:53 from the finish line of an Ada trying to open the season with a win.
He's got 19 carries.
Robbins?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Most of them just direct snap and trying to pick his way through the line of scrimmage.
Only 53 yards. Ada's really done a pretty good job. There's been some negative yardage plays that have brought that down, but yeah, he's a football player. He's also had a really good on the deep pass to Deontay. He was the one that knocked it away.
Yeah. 2nd and 9. Empty set. You got Saxon at quarterback. Robbins came off the field to the near side. He's a competitor. He'll probably, if he can at all, he'll be back in quickly.
Yeah, these boys have been out in the heat since going on 6.5 hours.
Been a long night. Saxon, see if he runs out of the empty set. Yep, coming left. Cougars trying to stretch it out. He's got speed. They turn him back. That's a good play out here by Richardson. Kamari trying to shed a tackle, couldn't shed a tackle, but kind of pushed him back into the runner and kind of shut that play down, Troy.
And Brennan Riddle did what he was supposed to do there, too. He pushed it outside. Wait, he's supposed to force it inside. But he caused him to bump out. Makes it go off schedule, I'm guessing.
1:15 and counting, clock running, 47-yard line, 3rd down and 7. Durant in Ada territory, Cougars leading 14-7. Saxon takes the snap, flushed right, out of the pocket, going to hurl one downfield. One Cougar could catch it, and that's going to be it, but it goes over the head of J.D. Dugan.
Going to have a roughing the passer.
Oh, the Cougars got him in the backfield.
I'm guessing.
Saxon was rolling right. I started watching the pass downfield. J.D. Dugan was the only player around that had a chance to even get close to that ball. It was down toward the end zone. I didn't see who was chasing the quarterback. And that's the call.
Roughing the passer.
Killer penalty. It's going to take it all the way to the Ada 32-yard line.
I didn't see it either. I was looking down the field.
So a 1st down by penalty at the Ada 32. Ashton Rowell in the game. He'll play the nose guard position. Hayden's at one tackle, or the left defensive end. Will Johnson on the right side. Now the Cougars with 1:01 to play have Durant breathing. In Ada territory at the 32. Saxon rolling to the right, throws it out in the flat, incomplete. Good coverage out there, try to pass to Bo St. Clair out around the 31-yard line. Wasn't going to go for much anyway. Cougars had it covered well. I was watching Day Sims, their big, D1 going to Oregon over here playing the left defensive end. Stayed in the block that time. Surprised they hadn't tried to find him, that big target down the field, Trey.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a blocking tight end or if he can catch the ball.
From the 32, 2nd and 10, they send Mims, their big 6'4" target, out wide right. He's got Deontay Lindsay locked up on him man-to-man. Reverse coming. Lydie. Oh, he's got him. How about you got Riddle, but you also got...
Should be an illegal blindside block there on George. I don't like the rule, but it was.
Will Johnson stopped that play as well at the 34-yard line. George getting up a little slow. Cougars.
Oh, he was hit hard.
Cougars read that play and got it for a loss of 2.
Got a timeout, looks like.
Durant uses their 2nd. We're inside a minute at 50.7 seconds.
More importantly, it's 3rd down and 12. You're Durant here. Do you try to get 6 or 8? Is 9 back in the game?
Is he on the sideline?
No, he's not.
They got the big guy Sims out of the game, though. He's over here on the bench. They got Robbins back in the game. So they got Robbins and Saxon will both take the field.
You got to think they're going 9-4 here.
Yeah, you got watch Saxon in the slot.
Yep.
You got trips to the left. Saxon's going to be in the slot. May force the Cougars to put a linebacker on him. That'll be Rhines, though. He's a speedy one at that. State 400-meter champion. The Cougars imploring their crowd to get on their feet on 3rd down and 12. Robbins takes the snap. Back to pass. Nope, he's going to throw right. Deep downfield. Going to be intercepted. Deontay.
Should be a touchback. Yep. Momentum took him into the end zone.
Lindsay, the interception that tried to go to the 6'4" Mims, but Deontay his 2nd interception of the game. The Cougars' 5th takeaway defensively here in the season opener, and this one is going to go in the win column of the Cougars, leading 14-7 if we slide inside the 43-second mark.
Should be 3 knees and call it good. 2.
Deontay's 2nd Oski of the game, and the Cougars in a season opener
and here's the thing, Kenny, we got Durant in 3rd and long. They were able to capitalize, I think, one time, hit a big play on 3rd down, but other than that's just not their comfort zone, and that's where you want to get them.
So the Cougars in victory formation. Richardson lined up about 5 yards behind Boyles, who's in the shotgun. Brock takes about a 2-step drop, and the Cougars are going to get outgained in this game pretty dramatically when it's all said and done. But you know what? as the clock ticks down, and Ada will have to run no more plays, and Durant will not use a timeout.
Kudos to Coach Vargas there. Hey, get off the ball, boys.
The Ada Cougars are going to be 1-0 with a very hard-fought win against a Durant Lion team that is a good football team.
Yep.
Cougars 14, Durant Lions 7. It's been a long night from Paul Laird Field, but the Cougars have done it. 14-7. We've got the post-game show coming up next. This is Cougar Football, a presentation of the Chickasaw Nation. Trey Kinley, welcome back to Durant. What a night. We finished before Saturday but just barely. But the Ada Cougars, opportunistic, first thing that comes to my mind. Made plays when they had to, especially on the defensive side, and beat Durant 14-7, a season-opening win that in week 0 after the kind of night that it was with all the delay, you're on the road, and you have to sit around for an hour and a half and then come out and stop Durant on 1st and goal from the 1 after the power outage. That was huge. And
that's Durant's bread and butter.
Yeah.
At the 1. I mean,
Jeff Calley, be careful, buddy. Yeah. Go ahead, Trey.
That's where they want to be. That was a big time 4th down or goal line stand.
So proud of Deontay Lindsay. We've talked about him in the offseason about by the end of last year, starting about the middle of the year, but regardless, all year, he probably rated out as the most solid corner.
He was
for the Cougars last year. Was so consistent. We talked about him a lot last year. His consistency. He even stepped up his game again tonight. Caught some passes as a starting wide receiver, but 2 interceptions. The ball came in his vicinity. He clamped down on it with that big one that clinched the game there.
He's
at the
a
end.
Physical corner too. I know he doesn't have. I think he is a Division I corner because he's 6'2". He's physical. The receivers are getting bigger and bigger, and these corners. Used to you had the 5'9", 5'10" guys. They're looking for the 6'2s, and I think he can play out there.
Cougars win 14-7 and got a few people banged up. Good to see Chauncey Conway still in pads, limping out there, but let's hope that's just not a severe injury that he suffered in the first half. Let's go ahead and get it to our Ada Nissan instant replays. Ada Nissan, I bought a car from them in the offseason. What a great place to do business, Ada Nissan.
I just like to go down there and talk to them McClellan brothers.
They're fun, huh?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Yeah, great place to do business. Bringing you the instant replay tonight. And second half replays, it started in the second half. Ada took the football and had turned it over on downs. Durant got it, went and scored, tied the game at 7 on a 5-play, 68-yard drive. And the Ada then could not move it on their next possession, actually threw an interception. But 4 plays into the next drive, Durant took over at their own 3, moved the ball out to the 32-yard line, and then on a second down play from the 32, Deuce came up big. Man in motion, St. Clair. Robbins looks that way, now keeps it right up the middle into the secondary again. Breaks a couple tackles, another first down across the 30. And that ball stripped, and the Cougars have the football. Oh! Trey, that was a big play because Durant was moving the football. They had moved it on the prior possession. They were moving it again and had a nice gain on that play. And Deuce just reached in, just took it away.
Yep.
Just ripped it out of his hands for the fumble. That's one of 5 Ada turnovers the defense forced in the contest. Third quarter ended with Ada and Durant tied at 7. We started the fourth quarter, and on the second play of the fourth quarter, Durant had the football, and they were at the 28-yard line in Ada territory, and Deontay Lindsay came up big. Line of scrimmage, Riddle going to shoot to the backfield. Saxon going to roll away from him to the right. Intercepted Deontay Lindsay on a quick pass. Deontay returned that to the 23-yard line after he picked it off around the 30. Set up a short field for Ada. Their first touchdown was on a short field after a turnover. This time it only took 2 plays. They got a 5-yard run from Fisher Marr to the 18-yard line, and then Brock Boyles, who had 7 touchdown passes as a freshman in a reserve role, found the end zone for the first time in 2023. The defense takes the snap, throws it over the middle, caught, Coffee, 5, touchdown Ada! Cord Coffey on the receiving end of that, Trey, and Cord just kind of at the tight end left the line of scrimmage, just found that open space and read the quarterback. Quarterback read Cord, put it right on the money, and the Cougars got the PAT from Caden Mitchell, led it 14-7 with 10:20 to play in the fourth quarter. It was a back and forth after that. Had a couple of turnovers. Ada lost the football on a turnover by Rhines on a fumble. Had a Durant had to punt on one possession. Ada had to give it back to Durant late. With 2:07 to play, Durant had one final chance after roughing the passer. They were deep into Ada territory at the 34-yard line. And then on third down and long, inside 30 seconds to play, Deontay Lindsay sealed the deal. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Nope, he's going to throw right. Deep downfield. Going to be intercepted, Deontay.
Should be a touchback. Saxon led him perfect.
Yeah, and Deontay said thank you very much. Ada Nissan instant replays highlighting an Ada Cougar 14-7 win, 64-15-2. Now all timing is the Durant Lions. We'll be back with your final stats here in the postgame show. This is Cougar Football, a presentation of the Chickasaw Nation. Welcome back to Paul Laird Field. I'm Kenny Morrison, Trey Kinley, Mason Lee on camera. It's been a good night for the Ada Cougars. 14-7, Trey. They've knocked off the Durant Lions in a hard-fought season opener. A game, again, that saw lots of penalties, saw 9 turnovers, so it was sloppy. Really, in a couple of facets of this game, pretty sloppy. But the bottom line is you come out in a game where you're going to get the stats in a moment where you get outgained pretty heavily.
Doubled up.
But you find a way to win it 14-7.
Yeah, there's nothing better than a victory with things to work on.
Yep.
And there's definitely some things to work on, some snap issues. We actually did a pretty good job. No false starts that I remember, maybe 1 or 2. Had a couple offsides penalties, but stuff that cleans up throughout the year. But it's even a chance for coaches to get better as play callers, which they work on nonstop.
Yep.
See what works. Didn't put a whole lot on film. I think there's some variations of the plays that we can come back and execute differently. As far as stats, Durant had 15 first downs, 41 rushes for 151 yards. So that's just under 4 yards a carry.
You can live with that.
Yep. 5 of 20 passing for 69 yards. No touchdowns, 4 interceptions. 1 fumble, lost.
You can live with that. 5 of 20.
Had 17 penalties for 96 yards. Ada only had 9 first downs. Had a short field a couple times, obviously. 26 rushes for 30 yards, which sounds not very good. But you'll see when I get to some individuals that a lot of that was some losses. 5 of 14 passing for 52 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. We had 4 fumbles, 2 of them lost. Had 13 penalties for 92 yards. Individually, for Durant, Jalen Saxon had 10 carries for 68 yards. Cole Robbins, 19 for 53. St. Clair, 2 for 9. Braylon Lyday, 3 for 7. And Mason Baku, 4 for 4, which we didn't see him after. He didn't have another carry after that goal line thing. Passing, Cole Robbins, 3 of 9 for 36. No touchdowns, 1 pick. Saxon, 2 of 11 for 33. No touchdowns, 3 picks. Receiving, Caden Mims had the two big catches, 2 for 42. Braylon Lyday, 1 for 13. Cole Robbins, 1 for 9. Jalen Saxon, 1 for 5. Individually for Ada, Xander Rhines had 7 rushes for 33 yards, so just under 5 yards a carry. I like that. Fisher had 4 for 20. Had the big one and 1 2-yard loss. Caron had 6 for 12. Keeve 1 for 6. Chauncey Conway 2 for 5 before he went down. Good news, he seems to be walking okay. Not in any braces. Still got his pads on, so hopefully that's not as severe as it initially thought. Carlock had 1 for -2. Poor Brock had some bad snaps, a victory formation, and finished 5 for -44. Shout out to Carter Freeland. I don't know how many times he took victory formation, and that's not going to count on the end of the stats. We'll take that out. Brock, 5 of 14, 52 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Cord Coffey, 2 receptions for 28 yards, and the first tight end touchdown that I remember in a long time at Ada. I have to go back and kind of dive into that a bit. Deontay had 3 catches for 24 yards. Really only had 2 drops that I remember. Deontay had one. Cord had one. So I thought they played pretty good. The more time they spend together, the more we get used to this offense and what we can do with it. And the different defenses you face. The 3-5-3 is they don't want you to run the ball. They make you throw it. So is a great first game, I think. We'll have Ardmore next week. And then
McAllister.
I didn't want to say it.
Oh. I thought you were just getting late and couldn't remember.
No, I remember that one.
But the good news is home until October. The next 4 at home with a week off in there as well. So
home till it cools down.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Next week, not quite as bad. Going to be back up in the 90s, I think, by the end of the week. But anyway, 103 when the game started tonight. But as we end close to midnight, we're down in the 90s. How about that? Cougar football, one more break.
Jacket on the way home.
After we eat. One more break, and we wrap it up from Durant. 14-7 Ada, season opening win. Back after this timeout. This is Cougar football presented by the Chickasaw Nation.